Hello, you absolute legends. Ever since I was a boy, I have loved the game of chess. This is me, in the school chess club all the way back in 1999. Back in those days, I can assure you that playing chess was certainly not cool, and you would have been hard-pressed to find anyone who would give you any social credit for being able to play well.
Up, Sean.
Nowadays, things seem to have changed. Over the past 5 years, the popularity of online chess has skyrocketed, and while chess has always been associated with intelligence, it's only relatively recently that chess has entered the mainstream. For the first time in my lifetime at least, it feels as though chess is the hip thing to do. I'm sure there was also a brief period after Bobby Fischer won the 1972 Chess World Championship that this was also the case, though the reason was very different. Bobby popularized chess in the West because he was the first and only American world champion. He took on the Soviet Union single-handedly and delivered what
Been
is
a long
arguably
day.
the
Not
greatest
shit. Been
chess.
a long day. Yeah, I hear you, buddy. I hear you. It's been a long one for me too. A long, stressful fucking day. Um, round of tokes. Yeah, I'm gonna be token here. I just honestly want to munch this slice of pizza really bad. I'm fucking starving. What's up, Smoke? Sure, is in advance. Yes, sir. Oh, what you up to, Smokey? Oh shit! I got my hands all greasy. Well, not all greasy, but like greased up enough to the point where I can't even open this fucking bag now. She just chilling all day. Hey man, fuck. I'll be joining you here in a sec. Got me some. What is this? I don't even know what the fuck this is. Gelato 33. Ah, fuck. Gas inferiority, or I mean, it's like musky. It smells musky. Just rolling up a joint. Mildewy Kush. It smells like a swamp. I don't know how to describe it. It smells like definitely cookie. Cat piss. Definitely like a little bit of cat piss going on for sure. What's up, Lulu? Just chilling. I hear you. I'm about to roll up a Dubai. You know why I call them Dubais? Because if you actually smoke a joint in Dubai, you'd get fucking arrested and go to jail for the rest of your life. Gotta wake up at 7 a.m. Damn. If it makes you feel better, bro, I had to drive up fucking 3 hours to go see my daughter last weekend, and I didn't go to bed till fucking 6 a.m. And I had to be there for fucking 10. I had like an hour of sleep. And then I had to drive around with my daughter all day. And like entertain her and go play soccer and all this bullshit and then drive 3 hours home. So you got this. Oh. Bless me, appreciate you. Oh shit. Yo, my bad. I didn't see you. I didn't see you were in here, bro. My bad. My bad.
You're good.
Okay. Just rolling the
What's
joint.
going on, bud?
Just rolling the joint. Bless thee. Yo, appreciate that chat. What are you saying, Harry? What do you get up to today?
Chilling, bud. Chilling. Fucking went and pulled a bunch of hoses from the scrapyard.
You what, sorry?
I went and grabbed a bunch of power steering lines from scrapyard from my truck.
Nice.
Swapped the harmonic balancer on my car. A giant pulley.
Yep. Yeah.
Put a proper non-chipped one on it. Put my power steering on. So I got power steering now. Oh, what a treat. It
Yeah,
feels so good.
I bet.
Oh my god, dude. It's like, wow, I can drive with one finger now. My arms are so strong from turning.
Yeah, I bet.
I'm ready to just crank the wheel, and it's like, yeah. I'm trying to make a video right now.
Beef brisket? What the fuck? God damn. What a deal. What a deal. $5 a pound for brisket right now at Fresco?
Oh, wow.
What a fucking deal. Usually it's like anywhere from 10 to 15, you know what I mean? Alright, so I did my little fucking run here. Let's teleport home real quick. and then we're gonna go do some Guardians of the Rift, boys. I'm smoking a doobie. Cheers.
Great.
Bro, I was telling this guy at work today, Eric. I was telling this guy, like, fucking, there's been very few people to outsmoke me. And he's like, oh, yeah, bullshit. And I'm telling him about all these times in my garage where we'd be sitting there just ripping fucking dabs constantly and shit like that. I was telling him, like, I was telling him, like, bro, I used to sit there and fucking just outsmoke people just with dabs. They'd be sitting there fucking ripping greeners, and I'd be sitting there ripping dab after dab, and I still couldn't keep up. And he's like, yeah, bullshit, bro. And then I have a video on my phone of Cam McConnell taking like a half-gram dab, and he just sat there and went silent for like, you remember that? I was with, we weren't even there actually, but he rips a fucking half-gram dab in my garage, and he just sits there for an hour, just quiet as fuck, staring at the ground. Stands up, he's like, I gotta go, and just leaves. I gotta go. I need one more crafting level. That's the goal for tonight, is just to get one more crafting level so I can make the pouch that I need. Alright, gentlemen, that is the fucking goal for tonight. You're vaping rosin? I'm smoking weed. Alrighty, give me that chisel. Fuck, man, what a day. Today just fucking dragged ass, man.
Hold on, I'm gonna try something.
Performance of all time.
It's all good. I'm
His
watching a video.
Inspired millions of future chess players with his brilliance.
Oh, what is that?
By the time I began
What's that
playing chess in the
fucking
90s, it felt as though Bobby's
app you use on your phone to clip, like, take snippets of cuts, like of like videos, and put them all, mash them together?
I don't know. I've never done it on my phone before.
Oh man.
I've never done it on my phone before, so I don't know. I just use something called DaVinci Resolve on my computer.
Cam did it for me, so I'll just check our chat.
influence had greatly diminished, and chess was relegated back to a hobby that only socially inept super nerds would ever partake in. Today, chess has become popular once again, and in my opinion, this is due to the emergence of online content creators, whether it be strong players who create content covering the best players in the world, or even the grandmasters themselves who stream their play online. The biggest chess influencers have become masters at presenting chess in a fun and entertaining way, even to viewers who only have a casual interest in the game. When the pandemic began in early 2020 and people were forced to stay at home, online chess really exploded. And shortly thereafter, we saw the birth of the online chess tournament called PogChamps. PogChamps was great because it invited some of the most popular online personalities regardless
Ladies and
of their
gentlemen,
skill level. It didn't
food and
have
weed
to
go
have
hand
a
in
hero of
hand.
chess. The point
Weed in
was
this
to
hand,
come and have a good
food
time.
in this hand.
To me, PogChamps was proof that the stigma surrounding chess that I'd always experienced growing up was gone, and chess was now just a fun yet challenging game that anyone could and should play. PogChamps was wholesome. Even though there was a significant monetary prize pool, it wasn't about winning or being the best. It was about bringing communities together through the joy of chess, and the event even raised hundreds of thousands of dollars for charity. On paper, PogChamps seems like the last place you would ever expect anyone to cheat. The invitees are all popular and successful content creators. They don't need the money, nor do they need the clout, as they already have both. Even if they won, their opponents aren't exactly the best at chess either, so it's not as if they would be considered the reincarnation of Bobby Fischer for winning this particular tournament. There seems to be no real upside for winning for these content creators, aside from putting on a good show. Yet the potential downside for cheating and being caught is enormous, especially because you're playing against other huge content creators and the event supports numerous charities. And yet, on the 1st of May 2025, that's exactly what the streamer Dr. Lupo did. Recently I watched Dune 2 on Netflix and I absolutely loved it. And then I realized, maybe if I go back and watch
side
the
effects
first
is eating
Dune,
all
it
the
might
food.
now make sense, because when I first watched it, I had absolutely no idea what was going on. But for some bizarre reason, only Dune 2 is available on Netflix in Australia.
So buy this VPN.
To this behavior, cheating in online. NordVPN even comes with a 30-day money-back guarantee, so there's absolutely no risk. Just click the link in the description or go to nordvpn.com/KarlJobst and get NordVPN today. Cheating in online chess is a huge problem. According to chess.com, in 2023 alone, there were over 1 million accounts closed for fair play violations, and 165 of them were from titled players. A titled player is someone who has a title such as Grandmaster awarded to them by chess's governing body, FIDE. I'd guess that almost all of the cheating is carried out by people who aren't very good at the game and just want to get their kicks by beating random people. However, you can see from the amount of titled players that get banned that even the best players are still susceptible to this behavior. Cheating in online chess is very, very easy to do. You can simply open a chess engine on something like your phone or even an application on your computer and input the moves as you go, and the engine will tell you exactly where you need to move. I've even heard there are plugins that literally show you the moves on your board as you play. However, just because cheating is easy to do, that doesn't mean it's easy to do undetected. The problem with using an engine to make your moves is that it's extremely obvious, as engines are vastly superior to humans in their calculations. In over-the-board chess, i.e. chess played in person, it's a lot easier.
Welcome back. Welcome back.
Cool.
Smoking a joint right now.
What a pretty night. Crappy out here. Raining. And
It was raining earlier for a little bit, but
Buddy's giving it right now. He just drove by on his Harley. Bro, he had his music fucking cranked.
oh yeah.
Just jamming out in the pissing down rain.
Excuse me. You want to hear something funny? I had like 3 people try and steal one of my videos that has like hundreds of thousands of views and upload it to their channel. I just got a notification earlier and I had to go fucking copyright strike them. So like such a scumbag. You're cutting out.
easier to prevent people from cheating, as you have arbiters physically present watching the players. Plus, players are also required to be scanned by sophisticated detection devices to pick up any electronics they might have on them. In online chess, these options usually aren't available, though in prize money tournaments, they still do have anti-cheat measurements in place. For example, we can consider the requirements to play in the Championship Chess Tour, one of the biggest events on chess.com. Here, players must join a video conference call. They are required to share their screens and have two cameras, one showing the player's face and the other showing the player's desk and monitors. One camera must have the audio turned on and headphones are not allowed. If players want to broadcast, they must have their chat on emote-only mode and have a delay of at least 60 seconds. When we compare this to the requirements to play in the most recent PogChamps event, it basically has zero anti-cheat measurements, such as a second camera or screen sharing, and simply says you can broadcast your participation as normal. And the reason why they
Bro, it keeps giving me all these fire rune
is because no
like portals after I
large
fucking
influence would do
crafted.
something so stupid
Getting
as to
pissed.
cheat in this particular event. Besides, if a player did cheat, it would be immediately apparent, because all of the players are not Grandmaster level, and it's very easy to tell when a player who isn't very good is getting help. And that is why when Dr. Lupo cheated during round 4 of the group stage in PogChamp 6, it was obvious to anyone who has any chess experience that he was getting external assistance. Remember Butterborn and their fake Mario speedrun? In that case, it was someone who has no idea about Super Mario speedrunning pretending to play a tool-assisted speedrun. It was ridiculous to anyone who's ever speedrun the game because the things he was doing was impossible for a human to do. And this is how Dr. Lupo's play appeared to good chess players. It was someone who was below average in skill, playing better than even the best players in the world could, especially given the short time constraints. Now, full disclosure, before this tournament I had never heard of Dr. Lupo. I don't watch Fortnite or Tarkov, or any of the games he is known for playing. Several years ago, during his most popular era, he would average over 10,000 viewers per stream, which is quite large. And everything that I've read suggests he does a lot of good things, like raising millions of dollars for charity. And he didn't even let the money sit in his bank account for 10 years. It went straight to St. Jude's. This just makes his decision all the more perplexing, and proves that it doesn't really matter who the person seems to be, they can make mistakes. This should once again absolutely destroy the notion that just because someone doesn't have a good reason to cheat, that they wouldn't anyway. In round 4, Dr. Lupo was playing against Wolfie VGC, one of the most popular and successful Pokemon players of all time. Dr. Lupo's chess rating was around 600, while Wolfie's was around 1350, more than double. With this kind of rating discrepancy, Wolfie would likely beat Dr. Lupo almost 100% of the time. But in their first game, Dr. Lupo managed to checkmate Wolfie in 52 moves.
There you go. Holy shit, I won!
And while there were already signs that Dr. Lupo's play was suspicious, it wasn't really until the second game that the cheating became irrefutable. On move 11 in game 2, Dr. Lupo blundered by taking Wolfie's knight, allowing his queen to be captured by Wolfie's bishop. This was a huge mistake and resulted in Dr. Lupo having a losing position. Considering that Dr. Lupo was cheating, this doesn't seem to make any sense. Why would he make such a huge blunder if a computer was telling him where to move? But from what I can see, it appears as though he didn't cheat for this one particular move. If you watch the full game, you will observe Dr. Lupo constantly looking to his left. Obviously, whatever he was using to cheat was to his left, and after every move by his opponent, he would look in that direction. But from the moment Wolfie took the pawn in the center of the board with his knight to when...
What's up?
I said, what's good?
Just smoking this doobie. Smoking this Dubai, you know?
Yep.
What you been saying?
Is it editing this video?
Okay.
This cap cut is actually working really good. This is exactly what I needed.
Good shit.
Now. How do I move this over?
Oh, what? I don't even have anything? What? Oh, okay. Interesting. Interesting.
When Dr. Lupo recaptured with his knight, he didn't look to the left at all. In fact, it appears as though he was legitimately trying to do calculations in his own head. And of course, this resulted in him losing his queen.
We're just like boom, 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 boom. I guess it's time. Oh no! I wasn't paying any attention, man.
After his blunder, Dr. Lupo said it was because he wasn't paying attention. But ironically, this seems to be the only time that he was paying attention, because the rest of the time he spent more time looking to the left than he did looking at his own game. From this point onwards, Dr. Lupo plays very well. In fact, he plays 26 perfect moves in a row, performing moves that impress even the best grandmasters.
We gotta start making some moves.
Oh,
here.
that was pure brilliance. Bishop h5 is mate. I didn't think he was gonna find Bishop f3. Bishop h5 is mate, so you have to go
It's
h5.
actually checkmate, yeah.
Well,
I
yeah,
got
but
him in
C1,
one.
I guess.
I think I got him in one. I think I go h5 and I got him in one.
Yo, he not no 600, bro. He's like,
Tell me I got him in one.
No. He may be like 1,000, maybe 1,200, like max. But he, yeah, he's not 600.
We're staying with this because the time is super low
I
here.
check. Right? He has
no
to.
way. He saw Bishop f3. He was
This is great. I like this. This is fun.
In CapCut?
Yeah. Oh. Oops. Let me go. Sound. Damn.
I've used it before time. Does the fucking job, you know? I've never used it on my phone though.
I just.
Excuse me.
H5. He saw that immediately.
Am I
He saw it very fast. It's not mate.
I don't think I'm missing anything, am I?
You definitely are.
So I can take.
Oh, now he. Oh my.
That's
goodness.
covered.
This guy ain't no 600, bro.
And he even takes with the rook. Super smart. Loving what we're
Yeah.
seeing from Dr. Lupo here. This guy is
He's not 600.
really good.
Yeah, he's locked in. I don't know
Oh my
who beat
God.
him. Like, how did he lose before? How is he not at the top?
The chances of this happening from a player of Dr. Lupo's ability is so low that it's essentially zero. And despite losing his queen early on, he completely obliterated Wolfie, checkmating him on move 36 and ending the match with a 2-0 victory over his much higher rated opponent. And after his second win, he puts on a
I
spectacular
don't know how to move
performance.
the audio over.
I got.
Watch a quick YouTube video. That's my suggestion.
Let's go!
Yeah.
Players, we have one overtime game, H-Box and Sapnap. Sapnap is going to be white. We're going to start in about 30 seconds here.
Oh my god! Dude, holy
No.
shit.
I just wasted a fucking thing.
Chat! Hold on, I gotta pull you guys up. Chat!
You gotta hold it with your thumb.
The guy with the highest rating!
I see.
Dude!
Haha.
Holy shit!
The accusations of cheating came flooding in immediately after the game finished. It's clear that Dr. Lupo did not quite appreciate how obvious his cheating was, because as soon as people started mentioning it, he should have immediately withdrawn from the competition and started working on his confession and apology. But that is not what he did. Instead, he started complaining about the people that were bringing up the fact that he cheated, and even blamed the chat of his opponent.
Guy over there said, cheating 100%, clear as day, guys, come on. Oh, that's why I was talking out what I was doing the whole time. What I missed, who called Lupo cheater? Probably, probably Wolfie's chat.
He even continued playing in the tournament, and during his next match, he mocked people who said he was cheating by looking to the left and laughing at the idea.
There's a guy over there that said Lupo played. Oh, he said I looked at my left side every time before making a move. Oh, sorry. I looked to my left. My bad, guys.
Though in his next match, he seemed to realize that cheating probably wasn't a good idea, because at this point he stopped using an engine and proceeded to get dismantled by his opponent, Olympic gymnast Steven Nedorosik. From this point forward, Dr. Lupo was about to give a crash course in how to deal with this situation in the worst way possible. He would continue to mock and attack people who brought up his clear cheating.
Hey,
what kind of video are you making?
On the YouTube side. Listen, man. If you
Just
want, you can watch back through
one of my
that's
trucks
fine,
starting.
dude.
With some funny edits.
I naturally, people are saying he's looking at his left monitor. I naturally just here. I can even hit the button for you. This is what my monitors look like, dude. I'm sorry. I'm sorry that I beat your boy. It was one game. It was 2 games. I mean, the first one I got lucky on. Coming back after losing the Queen. Very lucky. I'm sorry. I'm not great at chess. I had a really good couple games. Look at every other game that I played today. I just got lucky, bud. I'm sorry, man. This is if you didn't cheat, that's great improvement. Honestly, it kind of, I'm not trying to play the pity card, dude, but it sucks seeing the chess.com chat.
Yeah.
You know, between games, I'm pulling it up, people fucking being dicks, you know? Sorry, dude. The best way to keep somebody interested is after they play a fucking good game to just come in and shit talk. That's good.
He then proceeded to ask questions to put doubt into people's minds.
Why would... Okay. For the people that thought I cheated, why would I cheat against the best player only? Why would I lose almost every other matchup? Why would I do that?
He then proceeded to try and gain sympathy.
Yeah, that Diggit is making a good point. Is that no matter what happens now, no matter how well I do or don't play, there's going to be people over there that say that I'm cheating. No matter what I do. How are you liking this? The tourney was fun up until I did well. Sucks you can't just be good and people be happy for you. It's like, it's not even good. It's like I did well in one set of games.
After all of his matches for the day were done, he would then go on to call Wolfie on stream and use him as a tool to sway public opinion.
You and I had some really crazy good games. Those were the best ones that I played today. It was, of course, against the highest ranked person. And I'm sure you didn't instigate it, I'm assuming. But now my chat has had an inundation as well as social media of saying that I cheated against you.
I saw some stuff in my chat. Yeah, I certainly didn't feed into it, but yeah,
I don't think you did.
I did see some messages in my chat about it.
Sorry, I guess I don't know what to say. It sucks because like I got shit on it the rest of the day.
Yeah, like honestly, like the way that I feel about it is like this is a for fun tournament. You know what I mean? Like the stakes aren't super high. Like yeah, there's some prize money and there's pride in the line, but like I mean, like we're playing for fun, right? It's an influencer event, so I'm not too worked up about it. You know what I mean? Like, I believe you. I believe you didn't cheat. I saw a message that, and I have no idea if this is true. Let me see if I can find it. Somebody sent me this. Which, where the hell is it? Give me 1 second. Here we go. So I saw, this is what I was sent, because, like, you know, listen, dude, I don't fucking play chess. I have no fucking clue. But I think this is probably why people are.
Yeah, no, I saw that too.
No, this is true for what's worth. Like,
I did 26 in a row. I don't know. I was talking out on stream. Like, I didn't have chat up, and I can show, like, I don't know if you have.
Dylan Squared, what are you saying?
But this window right here is where chat is. But I minimized those when we were playing, and instinctively I just look at that fucking monitor because that's where chat always is all the time. And so it's like, yeah, that was the one game that happened. I guess I don't know. I don't know how to explain it other than I got fucking lucky. I don't know, man. It's just so tiring because I wanted this to be fun and
it should be fun, 100%.
Yeah.
Listen, man, I'm not like you have nothing to apologize for, or like, yeah, you shouldn't feel like I am
What's
not
going on?
upset with you. I'm not interested in feeding into this. Like, I think that this should be like a good vibes, fun tournament. You know what I mean? Like,
appreciate that.
Cheers, bud.
I believe you personally. Like,
cheers. I just smoked a fucking joint as long as my cock, so
I don't know, like.
I'm good for a while.
I know we don't know each other very well, but I know
wasn't that big, man.
I'm sure you're not hurting, trying to.
It is 2 inches long. Come on now.
I know.
The angry inch, bud. The angry inch.
Like, I'm just here to play some chess. You frankly, you kicked my ass. Nice job. But that's like fun too. It's like fun to like have it be a learning experience. It's fun to, like, I don't know, try hard and like still come up short. Like, of course it feels bad, but like, I don't know, like, yeah, like,
say it in millimeters.
Here to like cause trouble or like have bad vibes or
1 millimeter, Peter.
Like,
1 millimeter defeater.
And even if you did cheat, like, I mean, it's not something that's super important, you know. Like, the tournament's for fun. So
Wolfie seems like a wonderfully nice
Cheers,
person,
bud.
so of course he would not contribute
she's
to any of
passing
the
down now.
pushback Dr. Lupo was getting. And honestly, the way Wolfie handled this situation sets such a beautiful example. I've also never heard of Wolfie, but after listening to this call, I already really like the guy. After the call
Yo,
ended,
dude,
it
I
was
should go
clear
play
that Dr.
RuneScape
Lupo was
on the
worried,
back
and he
fucking deck with
immediately
tin
ended the
roof.
stream.
Got my
the rain.
coffee, my laptop, got the rain going on the tin roof. Ooh, that sounds like a vibe.
I love going camping and it rains and you just got that fucking. It's in the top of the trailer. I love that.
Yeah, or the top of the truck,
like
or the car, depending on what kind of vehicle it is. It's more or less truck.
I played well,
and that's a big ass spider. Yeah, I don't like that. He's doing some Spider-Man stuff.
Okay.
Oh, I walked around the corner to go put the windows up in my car, and there was a great big possum. I'm like, no, come here. He took off though. I was like, I was gonna go pick him up.
He had the mainstream.
Bro, that's fire. There's not too many possums around Dundas anymore. There used to be so many when I was a kid.
I love possums.
Same.
Some of them can get mean.
I mean, yeah.
But they're not that bad. You just grab them by the back of their neck. They go submissive. Dude, I wanted to pick one up the other day and throw him in my car. But he took off.
Yeah.
But, yeah, it's not worth doing that for some content, you know? Yeah, that would be such a funny video.
Eric, you want to see a funny video?
Be like, yo, it's my pet possum. He's sitting on the passenger seat hissing at me.
Eric, check out this video. I'm sending it to you on Discord right now. You gotta watch this. You literally gotta watch this right now. I sent it in my general chat. In my Discord there.
I just sent you my edit. I just did. Yeah. Yeah. I remember seeing this.
Yeah. That's immediately what I thought of when you were talking about that.
It'd be my pet possum. You got a leash on him.
They said it's the last one they had, and it was a registered pick. They said it was a miniature.
He's got it tied around the tail.
Yo, he was about as big as that possum too.
They come like that. But it's funny looking. Man, how you get that possum on tail like that? Huh? How you get the how you get that possum tied up on the tail like that? And he wrapped it. Oh shit!
Possum's trying to run away.
Yeah.
I know, right?
I ain't bullshit. Look, that's that sucker. It's really a dog.
I gotta get a bath, some grooming.
I gotta get a bath, let them groom it and give it his haircut and everything like that.
And get a haircut.
It really looks nice.
He's just dragging the thing around by its tail. It looks like Jesse Rose too.
These possums, their favorite.
Come on, that's got 500,000 views, bro. I mean, it's 10 years old, but.
Big Mac. That's why we come to McDonald's, because we want a Big Mac. And y'all know why?
Yeah, we get a Big Mac. I need me a Big Mac.
I need a Big Mac. For my doggone. Give this man a Big Mac, man. My dog need a Big Mac.
He's so cute.
Hey. I heard this one, folks. It's a good one.
Yeah, he.
Y'all help me get.
Imagine if I showed up with a pet possum in my truck.
Hey, I just don't get rabies.
No. Christ, no. He'll be good.
A possum would be pretty cool. When my sister was younger, she had a pet raccoon.
Yeah, same. Well, as soon as he grew up, he turned into a dick like they always do.
Ours never did. We just eventually, like, he got older and we just took him to a farm so he could die.
No shit.
They called him Mr. Whiskers, and he'd just, like, they'd take him down to Spencer's Creek there and fucking, he would go and just, like, catch fish and fucking just gnaw their heads off and shit.
Really?
Yeah. And, like, my sister would do, like, a little, and it would, like, run up on her shoulder and it would just sit there.
How big was this raccoon?
Like, they got it when it was like a little baby, and it became a full size, like, fucking 20, 30 pound. It was bigger than my dog.
Jesus.
It was bigger than the dog I got now.
Wow. That's crazy. That's crazy. Raccoon ate well.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. They would take him. They didn't even buy food. They just take him down so he could go fishing. You know. Like.
Yeah, I'll be right back.
Do you think?
Stream of the tournament open on his left monitor, which gave him move information. Responding to Ludwig, who asked if he was using an engine, Lupo said that his moves were pulled from chat. But really, this makes no sense, as most of the time his game wasn't even on the main stream, and if you've ever actually watched a chess stream, it's usually people just posting the moves they think are good, rather than everyone spamming the best engine moves. Shortly after making this tweet, chess.com tweeted that they had closed Dr. Lupo's account due to a fair play violation. The next day, Dr. Lupo would stream, and he would begin his stream by seemingly admitting to cheating.
So if you didn't see that post on Twitter about it, and there's a couple things to clarify, a lot of it, whether you believe me or not, is fine. I get it. But I lied to you yesterday. I cheated against Wolf. He's a better player than me. And that second game, obviously 26 moves in a row. Yeah, I cheated. What ended up happening, I betrayed the trust of the chess community. I betrayed the trust of my chat. and I lied
Yeah,
directly to Wolf. And
Easy
so
thing.
if
You say you're
somebody
back,
sees
actually?
this, I'm sorry.
Yep.
Alright, word. I thought
No,
you
I
said...
said I'm back.
Yeah, I thought you said I'll be right back, and I was like, fuck, you were just gone. What the fuck? No, but that makes sense. That makes sense.
I just said no.
Yeah, catch you a little fucking possum on the tail.
I got caught in a fight or flight moment and panicked and doubled down.
However, he was still claiming that he only got his moves from chat, and he was only assuming they were engine moves because he ended up playing a perfect game.
I really do respect that you owned up to it. Can you comment on whether it was an engine or not? So when I posted on Twitter about it, at that point I come clean, and whether you believe that or not, that's fine. Ultimately, the moves I'm assuming then came from a cheat engine, because if they were 26 perfect, yeah, they obviously had to be sourced from that.
During this stream, he also claimed that people would not believe him no matter what he said, and that he may as well say that he did use an engine, but only because he thought it was the only way that people could move on from the situation, not necessarily because it was true.
Here's the thing about all of it, and I know a lot of people are saying which engine did you use, that kind of thing. Ultimately, at this point, no matter what I say, I don't think anybody's gonna believe me. I think the only...
I do hear a shot, but it's distant.
Yeah, we gotta start making some fucking other runes, boys. Tyrese Halliburton wins the game.
Hey Jack, when you edit videos,
Mm.
can you speed parts of the video up and then slow it back down?
Oh yeah.
Where can you do that? Can you actually do that on YouTube itself, or do you need an editing program?
I do it in an editing program called DaVinci Resolve.
Fuck.
Making me want to go look at my old clips now.
There are some places in the universe you don't go alone. If that's true for our beloved heroine Ripley from the original films, then it seems to even be true when it comes to the alien, the xenomorph XX-121
I want to get some
itself.
content on this truck build.
A new trailer for Alien Earth has been released, and it has given us some significant
I want to do like an audio
of the alien creatures
voiceover
that were
and
part of the cargo.
describe what we're doing, kind of deal. Make it sound professional.
Hey guys, it's Urkel here.
Nothing like that.
Today we're building me a new fucking truckie.
No. Professional, but not cliche.
There we go, baby. That's what I'm talking about. Right.
Kind of like those old, like, early 2000s garage mechanic shows.
Bro, when we used to chill in the garage, I wanted to start a YouTube channel called The Garage Boys, or The Boys in Their Garage, and just have us smoking dope playing video games.
Should have just live streamed it.
That's what I'm saying. I wanted to do that. I wanted to do that back in the day, but I never did. Would have been smart, huh?
Yeah, man. My buddy wants to get a YouTube channel. Well, he's got one, but he wants to start doing like, excuse me,
Car videos and shit.
Here
we go.
No, like sitting there doing podcasts about like cars and shit.
Word.
Just discussing certain vehicles and the history of them. He's like a walking encyclopedia. You know what I mean?
Oh yeah, I know exactly what you mean. I've had a couple people like that in my life for certain things. There's know everything about it. The whatever topic it may be.
Oh yeah, he knows every model, everything. Tell you what motor's in it. Everything. Well, but he had a desk with the front end of a Bentley on it.
Oh, yeah.
I know his was a Mercedes, but he wants to make one with a Rolls Royce. Because he's got the front end of a Rolls Royce, like the lights and the grill.
Oh, yeah.
But I think he just needs like the part of the hood or something.
What does he have that for?
He wanted to use a piece of the hood to match it all. Yeah, that desk looks amazing, bro. Have like the microphones and everything, you know what I mean?
Oh, yeah.
Full on like podcast setup.
That would be pretty sick, actually. That would be pretty dope.
Yeah, he's got pretty much everything to do it. It just needs to be built. Put together onto a desk, make it look like the whole front end of a car. Front end of a Rolls Royce. Old Rolls Royce too.
When we were working at Clay Bar, there was a guy that got like a Lambo cut in half, and then put it in his in-house movie theater.
Oh,
we were working on it. We were working at his house and shit.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah.
It's fucking stupid. I was like, what a waste of a car. You know what I mean?
We worked on one place, and the neighbor had like a Model T. His house was like designed like a castle, dude. I don't think I've seen big houses, but that place was insane.
You ever see the guy out in fucking Dubai? He's got like the fucking crane lifting up a car into his apartment.
Oh yeah, they hang cars in their apartments, dude.
I know, dude. It's fucking insane.
Yeah, they hang them with like the front end pointing down at you.
Yeah.
It's insane.
Isn't it fucked?
Yep, just dangling there by cable.
Couple cables, yeah.
Yeah.
A little earthquake, you're done.
No, those cables are old bridges up, so dude.
Yeah, and earthquakes take down bridges, my guy.
Yeah, that's true. So, look at the design of a bridge. The bridge.
Yeah, I wouldn't want the car
hanging out.
I wouldn't want the car dangling above me. I wouldn't mind having one sawed in half and fucking using it for a theater. But
no, I'd rather have them on like lifts. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Garage lifts. And you just drive the car right up there, or you park it on it. You bring it all the way up, and then you park another one, and bring that one up, and you park underneath it. Those are built solid, you know what I mean? But yeah, man. If you're streaming, I'm sure
I am.
everybody in there understands what my idea.
$100 billion? Are you kidding me? I'll take it. Take it. Fuck it. I have to give this guy the goods.
Cheers, bud.
Cheers.
Fuck yeah.
One sound like
Yes,
it
I
hit.
can hear. Oof.
One sound like it hit.
Yep.
It's working.
That was, I think, Tyler's weed. That
Shit.
shit slap.
Shit was working, wasn't
But
it?
I've been watching. You got Amazon Prime, Jack? Like Prime Video?
Bro, I got any fucking streaming service you can imagine for free. Streaming it right
Okay.
off the internet.
Well, I've been watching. Have you ever seen like Top Gear?
Yeah. Dude, you fucking showed me Top Gear in high school. You're the one that showed it to me.
Okay. Do you know Jeremy Clarkson?
Nah, I don't know them like that. You just showed it to me. I never really watched it on my own.
Okay. Well, he's really famous, right? He's like one of the main guys.
Okay.
He's always the one yelling at each other. Anyway. He started a show called Clarkson's Farm.
Yeah.
This guy has no idea how to farm. He's like, he drives Rolls Royces. He literally bought, I knew he was gonna fucking do it too. He bought the Lamborghini tractor because it's a Lamborghini tractor.
Yeah.
Knew he'd fucking do that.
Of course.
But yeah, bro. Clarkson's Farm, it's so funny, dude. Because he hires this young kid, and the kid knows how to farm, and he's trying to teach. Oh my god, it's so fucking funny. It's just shenanigans, right?
Yeah, for sure.
It's literally like this posh British guy trying to learn how to like be a farmer.
It's a rich little motherfucker trying to figure it out.
Oh yeah, and he's got like pigs and sheep and everything. Then they get into the profits, and it's like no profit. And dude, he's so far in the hole, and he's just like, yeah, we got to do better next time. Now we know how to do it.
Yeah, they say you
So
normally
funny.
don't make money on a farm for the first like 10 years or some shit like that.
He's like one of those guys that don't want to get his hands like dirty, so it's so funny, man.
Softer than
He's trying to
people.
hook the tractor up and stuff. It's so funny.
Using
dude.
rags and shit so he doesn't get oil in his hands.
No, not that bad, but
It's fuck. I used to work with people at Claybar that were like that. It'd be like, all right, let's go dig a hole. And the second they get dirt on their hand, they'd be like, all right, gotta go wash my hands. Gotta go wash my hands. Like, fucking grow a pair of
jeez,
balls.
dude. Wow.
Grow a pair of fucking balls. That's what I used to tell him. Bro, I'll never forget.
Yo, we had this one.
You go first. You go.
We had this one kid, and he would, we were digging this trench the one day, and it was like 20 feet of fucking trench with shovel.
Yeah.
We had to dig all this out, and it's like hard concrete, like gravel.
Yeah, like little rocks.
Really fine gravel, yeah. This kid's standing there talking away, and I'm digging this trench and giving her. And this kid sat there the whole time and basically watched.
Oh, yeah.
And, the one young kid turns around and he's like, "Is your fucking shovel broken?" And he goes, "No." He goes, "Get in the fucking hole and start fucking digging." He goes, "This kid's diabetic and he's busting his ass. Look how far he is dug. And you fucking sat there the whole time and smoked your little fucking vape." He goes, "Come on, we're going to take a break. You fucking start digging, bud." We made him fucking sit there and dig by himself.
Then
they go ahead.
Yeah. No, you go finish.
No, you're good, Jack. You're good.
There's this fucking kid when I was working at Claybar. I was just starting to get my own crew and shit. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
and they put the fucking one boss's like nephew or whatever on my crew, and I'm like, go out to the spot we're supposed to go to. I set up all the materials like the cones and tape off where we're supposed to cut a 4x4 meter fucking square around one of these fucking, it's like where you pour the gas in, right? It just like started to cave in, so we just jackhammered it and then like do the concrete around it and shit. Anyway, I tell this kid, yo, go in the back of the truck and grab me a fire extinguisher. And he's like, oh, yeah, for sure. So I'm sitting there, like a minute goes by, and then 5 minutes, and then like 10 minutes. I'm like, yo, what the fuck is this kid? I walk to the back of the truck, and this kid just like was like scrambling, he looks like a fucking chicken with his head cut off. Like, what are you doing? The fire extinguisher's right here, because it's always on like the back left side of the truck. It's right here, and he's like, oh yeah, and he's like holding the shop vac, bro. I'm like, wait, were you gonna give that to me? He's like, maybe. And I was just like, all right, bro, you gotta get the fuck out of here. Like, go home. I'm not working with you.
What the fuck?
You didn't know what a fire extinguisher was. Like, what the fuck, dude?
Yo, bro, the fucking oil filter on my truck is literally the same width of a fire extinguisher, like a small one. It's insane.
Probably when I got in the back of my fucking car.
Bro, it holds a liter of oil.
A liter of oil.
Just in the filter itself.
You say oil like a true southerner. Oil.
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 Fuck off, Jack.
Oil.
Oil. But yeah. Crazy. The thing takes 18 liters of fucking oil, bro. Takes a whole pail. Crazy.
That's pretty crazy, actually.
Yeah. I don't know how you're supposed to dump a pail into that, but we'll figure that one out when it comes time.
You just gotta get a funnel.
A big one. A really big one.
And they make them.
Yeah, I'll have to go to like the tractor store or something.
Yeah, straight up. No joke. No joke.
Yeah.
You know what I'm gonna do with my fucking Civic? There's like the front like part of like the dash there where it's got like your little fucking like CD tray and shit. And I take all that out and put in like a head unit.
Wait, what?
Like a fucking like where it's got like the CD player and shit in like the Honda Civic. It's got like the dials and all that shit. I'm gonna take that out and put in like a head unit. So it's gonna be like a little mini computer and shit.
Yeah.
Modernize it a bit.
You're not gonna put a double on, are you?
A what?
The big. It's called a doubled-in stereo deck.
No.
It's a big one.
No.
Not like a single din's like the thin one that I have.
If you go to my stream right now, I'll show you.
Okay. Just look it up. Here, just a second. Let me see here.
It will look something like this when I'm done.
First person that told you. Give me a sec. I got mad.
It will look something like this when I'm done. It looks like.
Yeah, Yeah, that's. Oh god, I don't even know what that is.
That right there is what it looks like right now. That's what it looks like right now, right here.
Yeah.
I'll be throwing something in like that.
Yeah, that's huge, bro. That's insane. Never mind. Look up a single din stereo deck. Actually, no, go on YouTube. Go on YouTube.
Single dim?
Type in Pioneer Dolphin.
What? Pioneer?
Pioneer.
Near Dolphin?
Dolphin.
Pioneer Dolphin.
No, Pioneer.
Oh, Pioneer.
There you go. Check that out. That's OG OG. Oh god.
Yeah, this is old school.
That's like top of the line back in the day. That's sweet.
That's pretty dope.
Let's see how much one of those go for. They're in 90 stereo. Let's see what they're worth. They're worth a lot of money.
Of the USCSS Maginot, which crashes to Earth. After months of teaser trailers not actually incorporating all too much actual footage from the series, we finally have a proper trailer. This is what I've been waiting for, and there's a lot to unpack here, so let's get into it.
Yeah.
Firstly, I think we should talk about Wendy. This is Sydney Chandler.
$500?
Yeah.
That's it? That's fuck all.
471, 599, 396.
That's fuck all, Dennis.
They were like back in like the late, I think they came out in like 90s or something. They were worth like $1,000. You know what I mean?
Oh yeah, top of the line.
That's back in the day too. Oh yeah. That and the ones that came out and flipped out from like Fast and Furious movie.
Yeah. Yes.
Those were
those as well. Yeah.
Yeah. Oh, those were cool.
I know.
My brother had one of those.
My dad's buddy had one. And it's like fucking my dad's buddy's like a fucking car snob. His cars are literally like he's like vacuums them like 4 times a day type shit. You know what I mean? Like he's
Bro, I need that Pioneer Dolphin. Oh my god. That would be so nice. Oh. With my 90s car. Oh, dude, that would look so sick. There's all kinds of different like settings you can change it to and everything.
That's crazy.
You can make it have like gauges and stuff. Cool. Different backgrounds. Like
Oh, can I get a stale baguette, please? Square sandwich? No. Fuck you, ho.
Square sandwich? You square sandwich, bud?
I'll eat that bad boy all day. Tomorrow night, I think I gotta go fucking start doing like thieving. 50 thieving and then go get to the rogues den and get my thieving bullshit so I can steal 2 times the amount of seeds so I can keep doing these runs. That's cringe lord shit.
Character, seemingly the main character of the series as a whole. She will be the new development from the Prodigy Corporation, a humanoid robot infused with human consciousness. It so happens that the consciousness for this prototype is that of a child, so living forever in that state will be pushing forward the Peter Pan allegory they seem to be going for. Not only her name being Wendy, but the facility where this operation takes place is none other than the Neverland Research Island.
That fucking key. I can do that boss. Go get that done. I got these flavored cigarettes.
No.
Called Pop and Smoke. Pretty good.
All right, Eric, I'm gonna take off, buddy.
How are you, bud?
You have a good night, eh?
Yeah, you too.
Peace out.
Night.
Very subtle. But why Wendy, we may ask? It's clear enough from this footage that in her human form, she is sick, very likely with some kind of terminal illness. Is she a volunteer, participating knowing the risks of such a procedure, but willing to go through it anyway for the chance to escape her death? Does she have connections of some kind, the daughter of an important figure in this world? The CEO of Prodigy, Boy Cavalier, played by Samuel Blenkin, speaks to her in this trailer. He tells her that she's special. Very, very special. Kind words because she's important to him in some familiar way, or something else. Maybe she has some kind of unique ability that Prodigy wishes to harness. If the girl dies, they lose access to it, but if she transitions into a synthetic body, it can be used in perpetuity. Some interesting questions of morality come along with that. Not only the dilemma of having the option to live forever in a robot body, but if your consciousness is still your own, but the vessel belongs to a company, are you technically property? I think they could have some fun playing around with those kinds of ideas. As for what Wendy's special ability could be, I'm not entirely sure, but one image from the trailer sparked a theory. This drawing, which I assume was from Wendy, looked kind of familiar. If Alien Earth comes with some slight nods to the original Aliens comics, such as competing corporations on Earth, then this may call back to the Dark Horse story as well.
What's up, zombie?
In
What's
Aliens,
up, Ghost?
Book
My day
1,
was okay, I
later
guess.
entitled Outbreak, human beings on Earth were having visions of the alien in their dreams. They were not represented by the alien in the familiar form as we know it, but as a large, shadowy beast with red eyes, very much like the drawing we see. It could be a coincidence, or maybe there is something to it. Possibly what makes Wendy so special is that she has some kind of psychic or telepathic connection to aliens and other beings that Prodigy
That's
wants to
hilarious.
harness. Maybe there is some kind of similarity in the scorpion we see. Maybe this power is so strong that her mortal body can't even handle it, and that's why she needs to be transferred into a synthetic in the first place. I'm very curious how this character could play out in the series and what exactly makes her so special. However much time may pass between this transfer of consciousness and the crash of the Maginot on Earth can only be guessed at this point. Enough time, I suppose, to prove the operation to be a success and for Wendy to build a trust with Prodigy. Some details revealed earlier have described Kirsch, the synthetic played by Timothy Olyphant, as Wendy's protector. So that's sure to be a key relationship in this story. When Maginot crashes, Cavalier says he wants what's on that ship, and Wendy seems to volunteer to lead this salvage mission along with Kirsch and others, and we see them inside the wreckage. We are told this ship collected
Exactly,
5 different life
exactly.
forms from the darkest corners of the universe. Monsters. So what are these monsters? One we already get a nice bit of information on thanks to a shot with a computer readout retrieved from the ship's records. This nasty little creature is referred to as T. ocellus. Here's what the readout says. Ocular triggers and a tentacle system that can grow or retract at will. The tentacles carry extraordinary strength and are built to climb into and dislodge the eyes of other living organisms. Once replaced in the eye socket, T. ocellus
That's amazing to
takes
hear,
over the
Ghost.
ocular pathways
It's amazing to hear, buddy. Good for you.
to the brain, overriding the neurotransmissions throughout the body. More study needed to gauge inherent intelligence, though T. ocellus has shown remarkable problem-solving skills at a near-human measure. So here we have an alien creature that can apparently dig into a human brain and control it. That's absolutely wonderful, and in a long-standing tradition. It's always worth noting that the original Alien from Ridley Scott took inspiration from sci-fi classics from the 50s and 60s, the more obvious examples being It, The Terror from Beyond Space, The Thing from Another World, and Planet of the Vampires. In a similar vein as George Lucas's Star Wars and the science fiction serials, a glossed-over, high-production version for modern audiences. No little strings on a cheap-looking rocket, no visible zippers on a suit that's clearly a guy in a suit, but an old idea done seriously with reverence and, in so many ways, more realistic. With the original Alien, it's obviously the monster on board kind of story, but there are many alien invader stories that were about alien parasites that could infect and control humans. Films from the same era like Invaders from Mars, The Brain Eaters, I Married a Monster from Outer Space, It Came from Outer Space, and to a certain extent, even Invasion of the Body Snatchers. I love that they're bringing an alien like that into the series.
Not in years,
It's very
man.
welcome, and
I haven't heard from Mick Winley in a long time, dude. Years. All those days, like most of the people you used to see in chat, bro, will never be around again, you know? They're all on to new things and adventures in life. It's just the way it goes, you know? Good content. Mick Winley.
to present it in this high-budget, serious style in the same vein as Alien would make a very nice addition. At the same time, I don't think a creature like this, as ominous and threatening as it may be, would overshadow the xenomorph in any way. I think we can already get the sense that the xenomorph is the crown jewel in this selection of monsters. But they could definitely have some fun.
Bozy still comes around from time to time.
Have characters working against each other, posing a threat, and maybe there is some kind of procedure that can rid the human brain of this creature once it's been attached.
Monsif, haven't talked to him in a long ass time.
Whether that's the same creature retracting and hiding inside the stasis tube in this shot, I'm not entirely sure. But if we look to the right, we can see another creature that's very bug-like. If I had to pose a guess about this one, then it's probably the creature we saw in the previous teaser for the series. When I first saw that teaser, initially I thought that it must be a facehugger, but surely it's something different, winged, and with thinner limbs. We can only imagine the possibilities behind this one. Now, it could be a long shot, but it's always possible this creature could be related to, or at least inspired by, something depicted in Alien's Bug Hunt, the 2017 short story collection. One of these stories, Blowback, by Christopher Golden, involved the Marines on a mission to acquire a similarly described insect-like creature in the Pollux system. It was not given a name, referred to mainly as a kite. This was a flying bug, not unlike a locust, with razor-sharp limbs. Its carbon makeup was similar to propane and was desired for the possibilities it could bring to
yeah, I've seen him around from time to time.
Very aggressive, very deadly, and on top of that, it would
not too often. They used
to
come in all the time,
something
but
to see on screen. I guess we'll have
they
to
live in life, you know. People like just move on and forget.
I've gone through the trailer a few times, and I think this might be the extent to what
just
we
the
see
nature
in the
of it.
One seems yet to be revealed, in a large egg. Certainly not a xenomorph egg, which we do see for comparison. So something very nasty and very big could be in there, but they haven't drawn back the curtains on that one just yet. Based on the wording, it's likely enough all of these creatures were taken from different locations, and I wonder if we may find out more about their origins. If you've seen some of my previous videos, originally I was guessing that the crashed ship may have actually been the Covenant, given the timeline being so close, but that turned out not to be the case. It doesn't mean, though, that the xenomorph specimens weren't found on Planet 4, the site of David 8's experiments with the pathogen in creating the perfect organism.
I also respect people moving on with it. Yeah, same, bro. It's just the nature of
find this mysterious,
it's the nature of things, you know.
Surely other explorers could have too. If the scenario is that the Maginot crew collected both eggs and somehow a full-grown xenomorph XX121, then Planet 4 would be the location that makes the most sense. There were still eggs there, and as far as the adult xenomorph is concerned, there are a few different possibilities. Surely an impregnation could have taken place aboard the Maginot, and one of its crew was a host. They also could have found the xenomorph that was blown out of the Covenant's terraforming bay by Daniels, in a similar fashion the Nostromo's alien was found in Alien Romulus. Or, if we are to believe the comments from Ridley Scott, who is a producer on this series, then the other xenomorph, crushed by the cargo lift's grabber arm, fell back onto the surface of the planet and eventually regenerated. But all of this is assuming it has any connection to Covenant at all. The specimens could have been retrieved from another location, and there's always the possibility that they simply never explained.
Something don't feel right. You got something you would feel comfortable to share. What do you mean?
The nature of these trailers, and it was a really good trailer.
Following.
Finally, we have a fully fledged look at what's to come, and I have to say my hype for it is growing bigger than ever, and I'm leaving a lot of my inhibitions and reservations behind. I love the look of it. This definitely has the production value that a title like Alien deserves. The looks we get at Prodigy City, really the first time we actually see Earth in any of the Alien series entries, they're great. I'm intrigued by the glimpses we get of these characters. We even see some of the weaponry. The proto-pulse rifles, not quite the design as...
Focused on this video. I'm a really big fan of Alien, so whenever they make new stuff, it gets me going. I mean, it's just life, bro. It's just the way life is, you know? Can't win them all the time. Just like I said, not having the best of days, but I'm fucking chilling now. We're gaming. We chilling. Plus it's 1:30 in the morning. I'm trying to stay a little bit quiet as well, so as to not wake up my neighbor, piss them off, or whatever. Trying to be respectable. I appreciate you, Ghost. You're a real one, man.
seen in Aliens, but congruent enough with Alien Romulus. And could my eyes be playing tricks on me, or do we see some kind of smart gun reflected in the water here? I don't know. Lots of juicy looks at the alien, the classic creature we know and love, still instilling fear into our hearts all these decades later. Noah Hawley's show has a lot to live up to, but he's had a great track record so far, and Alien Earth looks to be shaping up to be something special. Very, very special. What did you think of this new trailer? Do you have any theories of your own? Is there something I missed that you want to talk about? Comment.
Yeah, man, you're a good kid. You're a good kid. Appreciate you, bro. You're a good kid. You know, my daughter's not much older than younger than you. She's 11. Is she a good kid? Yeah. She can be. She's gonna be rebellious. Tell you that much. But all kids are. Hope she takes the right path. Fuck you and me both, dude. You and me fucking both. It's hot as hell in your room? Yeah. Luckily, it's not for me.
Yes. Oh, he bet 500? Yes. Well, what about the baby? Christine's dead. No, go with me. What happened to her?
Como este.
It's a homicide.
Jose Morales and Christine Holloway had only been together about a year and a half when their beautiful daughter Vanessa was born in early September of 2018. They were both excited about starting a family and finally
Yeah, man. I
settling
mean,
down.
I got
But
internal
by then,
air,
Jose had a
central
lengthy
air,
rap
whatever you
sheet
want to call
that
it.
included charges for domestic violence,
Pretty chilly in my room,
violating
actually.
protective orders, and carrying a firearm without
No.
a permit. According to arrest reports, he also sold and used narcotics. Jose's drug of choice was PCP, or angel dust as it's commonly called on the streets. Smoking PCP causes confusion and paranoia, and Jose often became violent as well. Before continuing on, we would like to express our sincere condolences to the victims' families. By the fall of 2019, 43-year-old Christine grudgingly admitted that 48-year-old Jose wasn't the person she thought he was, and that their relationship was pretty much unsalvageable. After another long argument about the state of their relationship, she sent him the following text at 10:55 on the night of Saturday, November the 23rd. "I see how you feel about me." Shortly thereafter, he sent these messages. "F*** you," and "This stupid relationship is done." At the time,
It's
Christine
peaceful,
and Vanessa
yeah.
lived in a detached apartment
I
on
concur.
Avenue in Ansonia, Connecticut,
I like
about
my
45 miles or
alone
72
time.
kilometers south of Hartford. Jose usually stayed with them during the week, but he often stayed with his mom and his friends on the weekends. Despite the growing friction between them, Jose, Christine, and Vanessa still spent a lot of time together. A week after sending the aforementioned text, they spent a wonderful Thanksgiving day with Jose and Christine's families, eating, talking, and watching football. Jose didn't stay with Christine and Vanessa that weekend, but he showed up at the apartment early in the afternoon of Sunday, December the 1st, 2019. We'll never know what happened over the next few hours because Jose, Christine, and Vanessa were
You don't
there
gotta
to confront
apologize all the time,
but somewhere
Ghost. It's
along
cool,
the
man.
line,
Just
things
be you.
took a tragic turn. Jose
Just
called
be you, my
911 at 1:52 p.m. He told the operator that he was high on
Since I
PCP
stopped switching
and
with
that
all
he
these
saw
negative
two men
people so
running
much,
toward
and
the
I've cut
apartment
myself off
door
from
when he
music and
looked
my
out the
phone a lot
window
more.
a few minutes before.
And it's
For
genuinely
some
life
reason,
changing.
he hung
Fucking
up
right it
quickly
is.
when Christine walked by
Living
and
how
asked
people
him
are meant
who
to
he was
live.
talking to.
It's crazy.
Later, he said he was just about to call 911 again when someone punched him in the face and knocked him out. The operator dispatched an officer to the neighborhood, but he did not find anything out of the ordinary. By then, her brother Steve and his girlfriend Jody were also getting worried. Christine's car was there, but nobody came to the door when Jody stopped by her apartment that afternoon. When multiple calls and texts went unanswered, she and Steve called the Ansonia Police Department and reported her missing. The police dispatched an officer to the apartment to perform a routine welfare check shortly thereafter. The officer knocked on the door and identified himself multiple times. He even pressed his ear to the door to see if he could hear anything or detect any movement inside. However, he left a few minutes later because there was no indication that anyone was there or anything was amiss. When authorities tracked Jose down at his mother's house, he said he had no idea where Christine or Vanessa were.
People always
By that
say
evening,
I say
Christine's
sorry a
families
lot.
were
Not that
sick
I'm
because
insecure or
nobody had
embarrassed, but
seen
it's
her
just
or
so
Vanessa
weird.
since the previous
Do I
day.
apologize too
Now, with a
much?
potential missing
I mean, you
persons
just
case on their
apologize.
hands, officers performed a
I do
second
it as
welfare
well.
check at approximately 8:15
You know,
p.m.
very contradictory
This
of
time,
myself to say,
Lieutenant
but
Alex Barita
I just
and
say sorry a
Officer
lot when
Brendan
you just don't
Nelson
have to.
forced their way into the apartment.
Like you didn't do
The
anything
living room
wrong.
ceiling fan was
You know?
spinning on high, and in the bedroom, the
No need
crib
to
was
apologize
empty
if you don't
and the
do
sheets
nothing
were
wrong.
missing. Seconds later, Officer Nelson shouted, "Holy shit!" when he entered the bathroom and found Christine's lifeless body in the tub along with leaves, organs, and what appeared to be skull fragments. Detectives and forensic technicians arrived shortly thereafter and began processing the crime scene. Meanwhile, a neighbor told the officers that she saw Jose leaving the apartment earlier that day. This was a big red flag because at his mother's house that afternoon, he claimed he was not at the apartment all weekend. A search of the apartment turned up blood-stained towels and a bloody bath mat in the washing machine.
We know where Christine is.
You know what Christine is?
Yes.
Oh, you guys found her?
Yes.
My best advice is just be you, brother. Don't be shy. Be outgoing. Be you.
What happened to her? What happened to her? ¿Cómo va a ser? ¿Cómo va a ser? No, no, no.
We're looking for your son to
You wish I had facial hair, bro. You're like 14. Not all of us can be Chads like myself. You'll get it eventually. And maybe you won't, actually, but I don't know what to tell you. Like 12, yeah, exactly. Like,
We can't find the car that he says she's always driving. But we know where the car is that you say she's driving. The new one? Yeah. What's up? When I asked you about her buying a new car, you said you knew nothing about it. No, I knew about it. Well, why did you say you didn't know anything about it? I know about it. First time buyer. Well, she bought a car. She bought a car. But Jose, where you was today? Jose, we also just took your car. The car is gone? Yep. I don't know. What you want me to come up with an idea, make something up? What you want me to think? What you want me to say? To just invent a situation? I don't know. What were you doing? You guys have to break the door in there to get in? You broke the door to get in?
both turned 16? Damn. Some people never had facial hair. I'm a hairy beast, bro. I got hair growing on the fucking insides of my toes.
How does he not know where he was yesterday? It's not even 24 hours later. How does he not know that? I say I was at my boy's Hector. No, you weren't, because you were leaving the house at 1:49. We have him on video leaving the house, and we also have a witness saying he was there. Today? On video? Monday.
Some people are late bloomers. I gotta go grab a glass of water. I'm thirsty. Just keep shaving, Ghost. It will help make it in darker.
That's all you guys ask? No. I mean, you can do whatever you want. There's nothing that I can tell you. I don't know. What information you want? Obviously, something did happen. Were they in a serious relationship? Were they in a serious relationship? Yeah. Well, he said it was. Oh, we wasn't in a serious relationship. So he's gonna say you were. I was at his house. I was at on Monday. I was with him on Monday. The weekend. No, Monday. Well, you just said you were with Hector on Monday. You said I don't remember what I was doing on Monday. I was with Hector on the weekend. The weekend. What about Monday? They're asking about Monday. Listen, you don't have to answer. You can do whatever you want. You can leave. I'm not a clear-minded person. Okay, I can understand that. You have a lot of stress in your life. Yeah, I have no job. Okay, so I'm broke. I live with my parents and my kids. And you got 3 kids, and you're trying to support the 3 kids. I can't. Yeah, it's not easy.
Yeah, you have a good night, Ghost. Stay out of trouble.
You should be the one supporting your parents, but you can't right now because that's how hard it is. And you just lost your job a few months ago. I understand all that. You know that puts people in the wrong mindset. No, right? It's not. No, he does. Yeah, he does. He put people in the butt. Sometimes you don't think clearly about things. Exactly. Right? You know, and. No, I FaceTime you from Hector's house, make you believe that I was with her. Did you see her? Did you see anything in the background? You saw my face on FaceTime. I was making you believe that I was at Christine, but because I didn't want you to think that I'm out with my friend partying. So what were you FaceTiming with? What phone were you FaceTiming with? With Hector's. Do you have your phone? Yeah. All right, so then you should have Hector's contact. No. You should have Hector's contact for that. No. I was FaceTiming with the. Oops. The iPad. Yeah, the iPad is downstairs. It's downstairs. Well, how was he? So he was FaceTiming from the house here? No, because he take it when he go to Christine. But that's not Hector's number. No. Not Hector. I was FaceTiming my mom. With Hector's phone, you said? No, not with his phone. With my iPad.
During a second round of questioning at Jose's mother's house that night, he denied having anything to do with Christine's death and said he did not know where Vanessa was. Jose admitted to smoking PCP and being in the apartment when Christine was killed. However, he said he was in a drug-induced stupor when he was startled by screams and sounds of a struggle. He also claimed that 2 male intruders were in the apartment and that one of them was viciously attacking Christine with a crowbar. Jose claimed that Christine was already dead when the man began attacking him. He said that he was too high to remember what either man looked like and that they told him they were taking Vanessa and that they would kill her if he went to the police. Investigators were understandably suspicious with Jose's story, and the bruises and scratches and abrasions on his neck, hands, and arms definitely were not consistent with a crowbar attack. Instead, they looked like they had been inflicted by someone defending themselves from an attacker. Either way, finding Vanessa was more pressing than solving Christine's murder. Authorities immediately issued an Amber Alert. And meanwhile, Jose was being interrogated.
Wait, this guy killed his daughter too? What the fuck? Piece of shit.
What's your last name? Morales? Yeah. Even though the door is kind of closed, I mean, you're free to leave. We brought you here to talk to you. I understand you're...
I'm free to leave. Where am I going to walk all the way home?
No, we'll give you a ride. I'm just saying you're not held captive here. I'm not like... You're
so
not
why what I came here for?
To talk to you.
About what?
We're trying to find Christine and your kid.
All right, that's exactly what I've been trying to call her too.
Okay.
All right.
All right. So
we're in the same page.
Okay, good. I'd rather have it that way. When's the last time you talked to her?
I talked to her, I think it was Monday morning when she was going to work.
So that was yesterday morning, Monday. Yeah. About what time?
Early in the morning.
Okay. So that was talking on the phone or in person? On the phone. On the phone. Did she say anything? Was there a problem? Was there any kind of issue? No argument?
My man, had I not been dumb and drive the boat the wrong way, I'd probably not have died. Oh, that.
Did she sound
Accidents happen, though.
in your normal conversations?
Well, it was super fast. It's like she couldn't be on the phone. That kind of got me like she didn't want to stay on the phone.
You went far,
Like I called her.
Remember playing DayZ, and it took me and my buddy literally, I'm not exaggerating when I say this, literally over a week to find each other in the game.
Quit.
And that's not normal?
That's not normal. Well, it is and it isn't, because sometimes we, for a while, sometimes it was early in the morning, so.
Okay. Did you stay over there this weekend?
No.
You didn't stay over there this weekend? Do you normally stay over there?
For 15 minutes. That's crazy.
Sometimes I stay over.
Alright, so when's the last time you saw her in person?
Friday.
And where was that?
At my house.
At your house?
Where you picked me up, yeah.
She was there?
Yeah.
Okay, with Vanessa? Okay, so it was Friday, you were with her?
Yeah.
And Vanessa?
She came over to our house.
She came to visit you?
Yeah.
So she drove?
Yeah. No, wait. Thanksgiving Eve. Thursday.
Yeah.
Thanksgiving Eve. She came over and she slept over my house. Her and Vanessa.
She slept over, okay.
Wednesday. Wait up, let me get that right. Wednesday, after work, she got out of work around 3. She had an early day.
So Wednesday, out at 3.
Yeah, so I said to her, pack a lot of stuff and come over, because my mom said they can stay over for Thanksgiving holiday, whatever, to spend Thanksgiving. So she came over with Vanessa from work, directly from work. She packed the car. She came over with Vanessa directly from work. And she slept over.
2.5 weeks.
So Wednesday night.
That's crazy.
Yeah.
So Thursday she hangs out.
Over too.
That's wild.
She hangs out with you guys Thanksgiving.
Yeah.
And then when does she leave?
Friday.
So she slept over again.
She
She slept over until Friday. Not from Friday to Saturday.
Right.
From Thursday to Friday.
So Wednesday to Thursday, Thursday to Friday.
Exactly.
And then when did she leave on Friday?
Probably around, I'm not sure. Somewhere in the afternoon around 6, I think.
So at night, evening, like around dinner time?
Yeah.
Right. Did she leave by herself?
Yeah, with Vanessa.
With Vanessa.
Yeah.
And you're assuming she went home?
Exactly. I assume it, yeah. Where else did she go?
I have no idea. I don't know where she goes.
All
Where
right,
she
yeah.
goes.
Does she have any friends that she hangs out with?
Whole map in one sitting? That's wild.
Well, we are boyfriend, girlfriend.
You guys are.
Yeah, but we're not that close either. Because she got her own place, she do her own life, she got her own apartment. When she got this apartment over here, she asked me if I can help her out, like with the lease, because I guess the landlord over here, they want to give it to her by herself. So she said, can you help? Because I had a good job at
all
the
day.
time. So I had a good job at the time.
It's all 20-hour trip.
Listen, and I said, okay. I signed the paper. She gave me some paper. I signed. I said, okay. So she got an apartment. Because she was leaving. She used to live with her brother Steven and Shelton. That's where she lived for like 3 years. She was living
All day, so it's too.
Then when she got pregnant, we was dating when she was living with Steven over there. But Steven and then were being to her, whatever. When right before the baby was about to be born, Steven said, you gotta leave. He kicked her out. I don't want to hear babies crying in my house, this and that. Because she was a roommate type of thing, you know, she'd give her half. But now Steven had a new girlfriend. The reason she moved in with Steven was because she was helping him pay the rent. But then he got a girlfriend that was helping him, so now she became a third wheel. So then the baby, so you know,
Bro, where's the lady?
She started
No.
looking for an apartment. She looked for an apartment. She started looking for an apartment.
There it
So
is.
she found this apartment in somewhere around here in Sutton. No, not in Sutton. In Sutton.
Cheers, gentlemen.
Where is it the same apartment she's in, right?
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah, every town, I figured, yeah.
So, listen, yeah.
So make sure I got this right. She left your house or your parents' house on Friday.
Yeah.
With Vanessa.
Yeah.
And you didn't go with her?
No.
So where did you stay over the weekend?
I stayed with my friend Hector.
Hector.
He lives in East Haven.
What's Hector's last name?
I don't know.
What last name? You know where he lives in East Haven? Does he know your Christine? Or he has no idea? So he has no idea who Christine is?
He know I got a girlfriend, that's it.
You're only walking the power. Yeah, fuck, I mean, can't even imagine how long that took.
We're not that close.
Right.
It's like we have a baby.
Yeah.
Well, it's not like she my girlfriend. We say that, we use that word very lightly.
Yeah.
But we have a baby together. That it happened. So I guess I'm assuming a little bit of responsibility by helping her out a little bit.
It'd be a million view video right there. No joke.
Yeah, no. So we in love with the baby. So we let her come over and stay over our house and holiday and things like that for see the baby.
So you do all that for Vanessa? You don't
Yeah,
it's not for Christine.
It's not for Christine. It's for Vanessa. Yeah, exactly.
So your family likes Vanessa?
We love Vanessa. Yeah, we really don't like Christine. She said she okay, you know, but it's all right. That's it. We love Vanessa.
I mean, do you have any idea where she could be?
No.
Zero. No idea where a 1-year-old would be.
Vanessa?
Yeah.
No.
I mean, Christine is an adult, so I mean, I'm more concerned
Well,
about
Christine is with Vanessa. I figured.
Okay. I'm saying an adult's an adult. They can come and go and do whatever they want. A 1-year-old.
And have like a picture of the map with an arrow, like bending from one side all the way to the other.
They left together.
What do you mean they left together?
Well, Christine took Vanessa with her on Friday.
On Friday?
Yeah.
So were you at the house at all this weekend? Her house, Christine's.
Not the weekend.
You didn't go there to pick anything up, drop anything off?
On
The time lapse.
Listen.
Yeah. Listen.
Yeah.
Listen what?
Your dad said you went to Christine's Friday with her. Why would he tell me that?
He said that I went to Christine.
Yes.
Friday, that's why he thought I was.
Why would you? You said you told him where you went, and if you told him you went to Hector's,
She
you
got
wouldn't
her
tell
own.
me.
She got her own car.
Right, but why would he tell me that you went to Christine's if you told him where you went?
Why would he tell? He probably assumed.
No, you said you told him where you went.
I told who, my father?
Yeah, you just told me. You said you told him where you went.
I told my father where I went.
Yeah, that's what you told me, and that's why I said, why did he tell me you went to Christine's if you didn't?
I told my father that I went to Christine.
That's what you just told me about 30 seconds ago.
I'm not sure. You're missing my words. You wrote that down?
So you said that you told your father where you went, and you telling us you went to Hector's, right?
Yeah,
That's what you
that's
told
what
us.
I went to
Yeah.
Hector's.
Yeah, so you
I didn't,
told...
wait, I didn't tell my father what I told. I went to Hector.
Yeah.
That's where I went.
And when Detective Atkas asked you if you told your father where you went, you said yes. There was a...
Well, it's a whole mixed understanding right there.
All right. So how did Christine get to your house on Wednesday?
She drove.
Okay. In what kind of car?
In her car, I'm not sure.
You don't know what kind of car she has?
Mazda Protege.
What color is it?
Goldish light.
Did you buy a new car? It's not a trick question. Just asking, do you know if she bought a new car?
I'm not sure. I don't know.
How does your dad know
He knows what?
that she bought a new car?
Well, I guess she
Your
bought
dad
a-
knows a lot of stuff.
I guess she bought a new car.
But, did you know she bought a new car?
I think she did. Yeah, I think she bought a new car.
All right,
I know. Since I know her, she has the same car. I think she bought a new car.
So how did you get to Hector's?
In my car.
What car is that?
The car she bought.
Nissan
Nissan what?
Sentra.
Is it registered to you?
Mm-hmm.
So you drove to Hector's.
And that's it. And I hung out with her.
So how are you going to help us find Vanessa? I mean, that's what you're here for, to help us find Vanessa. We want to find her 1-year-old, and we need your
I
help.
want to find her too.
Well, we need your help. That's the only reason we brought you here.
Did you call the police when Steve came to your house and said Vanessa and what do you call her?
Steve called her. Steve called the police right there.
Okay.
He was right there. He was
So
about
he's
her.
the uncle though, right?
He's the uncle. He's the one that kicked Christine out.
Are you 100% sure that Vanessa is your kid?
I didn't have no DNA test, but I assume so, yeah.
What was that?
I didn't have a DNA test, but I assume she's my kid, yeah.
Okay. I mean, because if someone came to my house and said Vanessa's missing and it's my 1-year-old daughter.
I'm worried. That's why I keep trying to call my kids.
Jose, the whole ride here, you talked about everything but her. The whole ride here, you didn't talk about a 1-year-old daughter that's missing. I don't get that.
That's my daughter.
Yeah, we want to find her. Right. And the only reason you're here
is to find her.
Is to help us find her.
All right, so let's find her.
So where is she?
I don't know.
She's with Christine.
I feel like you don't want to give us any information. Your father's given us more information that you're willing. And
She's with Christine.
You would know every single piece of information that your father would know.
She's with Christine. That's all I know.
Christine's a big girl. I'm not worried about Christine. I'm worried about a 1-year-old that has no control over her life. 0. That's who I want to find.
All right.
Not 40-year-old Christine or however old she is. I'm here to find your daughter.
Okay, that's fine.
And like I said, I find it absolutely bizarre that the whole ride here.
So what do you think, that I have my daughter hidden somewhere?
I don't know. I'm asking you for help to find her. I don't know. You have no idea where she could be, nor did you even really talk about it on the whole ride.
So let's talk about her then.
Do you have your daughter?
Do you know where your daughter is?
No, I don't know. My daughter is with Christine.
You were at the house Monday, leaving. Where's your daughter?
It's kind of right, boss.
Yes.
Now we can go.
We can go. Are you going to bring us? I told him the reason he's here is because somebody saw him leaving the house Monday.
Yeah. Hold on a second. Hold on. You are going, but is he bringing us somewhere?
I don't know. Where do you want to bring us?
No, you guys taking me home.
Yeah, we're taking you home, but we're taking your clothes first.
Why? You're gonna strip me naked?
No, but we're gonna give you a tie-back suit to wear home.
Huh? You're gonna give me what?
A tie-back suit to wear home.
A tie-back?
A tie-back suit.
What's that?
I'll show you in a second when he brings it in here.
Jose told investigators that he spent much of the morning locked in the bathroom because he couldn't bring himself to face the horrific scene in the apartment. However, he admitted to driving to a nearby Shell station to buy cigars on more than one occasion. Interestingly, the footage from the gas station security camera showed that he did not seem the least bit emotional or distraught. At one point, he even said that he and Christine were just acquaintances. Of course, this made absolutely no sense because everyone knew they had been a couple for 3 years and they had a daughter together. Later, Christine's landlord told investigators that he and his mother heard loud noises coming from the apartment early in the morning of Monday, December the 2nd. According to them, it sounded like someone was banging on the wall and dragging heavy furniture across the floor. Investigators got another big break when footage from a neighbor's security camera showed Jose leaving the apartment.
Unless he is greater than I might drown.
Check. That meant he was inside when the officers knocked on the door. A few days later, a local charity director told the police about blood-stained toys her employees collected from a donation bin near the parking lot of St. Michael's Church in Derby, Connecticut, just a couple of miles away. By then, nearly everyone in the state knew about Christine's murder and Vanessa's disappearance. As such, the woman thought the items may have come from Christine's apartment. At the facility, investigators also found a trash bag full of bloody
2 a.m.
rags, mail addressed to Christine, and a pink child's crock for the left foot. Later, another search of Christine's apartment turned up the matching pink crock. DNA test confirmed that the blood was Christine's, and later investigators secured additional camera footage of him stuffing the items into a donation bin on December the 2nd. Unsurprisingly, the medical examiner ruled that Christine's death was blunt force trauma to the head and torso, and that the manner of death was homicide. Jose Morales was arrested on Friday, February the 7th, 2020, and charged with first-degree murder and tampering with evidence.
We'll see what's going on, though.
Jose remained in custody on a $7.5 million
Might
bond.
be down to play.
Even so, rumors of a possible deal eventually surfaced despite the severity of the charges and the state's seemingly airtight case. It goes without saying that a murder victim's families don't usually support plea deals, but Jose's case was unique because Vanessa was still missing. Even her most positive family members doubted whether she was still alive. However, they pushed for the deal because they thought it might compel Jose to disclose what he knew about her disappearance. At the very least, they hoped they would be able to recover a body and give her a proper burial. But unfortunately, the deal fell through because the two sides could not agree on terms. When his trial finally began in State Superior Court in Milford, Connecticut, on Monday, April the 7th, 2025, Jose had already been in custody for more than 5 years. During opening statements, the
Do I need to pull up the fucking stream from the other day?
that weekend, that he bludgeoned Christine to death on that fateful morning, and that he spent the next 36 hours cleaning the apartment and disposing of evidence. Shortly into the trial, the prosecution also showed the jury a number of graphic photographs taken at the scene. Afterward, the prosecution called a number of law enforcement officers.
Do you know what time it was when you arrived? I'm sorry, at 1:05.
The stream of you getting off after an hour and absolutely crashing lobbies.
And when you arrived at the scene, were you by yourself or were you with other people?
There was already some detective already on scene there, and I went with Detective Adcox when we also had some New Haven officers that were also on scene with us.
Did you make contact with individuals in the house?
Yes, we did.
And did there
come a time
where you were
I don't
able
think
to
I can get the
engage,
masters. I'm not getting that.
with Jose Morales?
Yes.
And the person that you engaged with that evening, do you see him?
I'm not good enough, young Padawan.
Yes, I do.
Now, with regard to by that point in time, were you aware of
No.
the death of Christine Holloway?
Yes.
Did you tell Mr. Morales at that time that you were aware of the death of Christine Holloway?
No.
At the time, did you ask Mr. Morales to voluntarily accompany you back to the Ansonia Police Department?
Yes, we did.
And did he agree to go back to the Ansonia Police Department to talk with you?
Yes.
And how did there come a point in time that you left 105 First Avenue with Mr. Morales?
Yes.
Right. So at that time, during this trip, did Mr. Morales at any time bring up Vanessa or Christine Holloway?
He brought it up very minimally. We didn't talk about it that much.
Do you remember any of the other substantive conversations that Mr. Morales brought up in this trip to the Ansonia Police Department?
We talked about the car that we was driving in, talked about our cell phones, talked about my rank, some other stuff.
I'm sorry. So who brought up the issue of the cell phone?
I don't remember.
Who brought up the discussion about the car that you were driving in?
I think he referred to us as it was a nice car that we're in, and he asked us if it was our personal vehicle.
When I walked into the bathroom, I noticed in the tub a pale, naked female body laying in there. Next to her was what appeared to be a human internal organ, now laying outside her body next to her in the tub. Her hands were also covered with what appeared to be dry blood.
Next, a doctor testified about how PCP affects the brain.
So PCP affects the auditory ability, essentially like I was describing before. It causes hallucinations, meaning hearing things that aren't real, that aren't actually present in that moment. So that is an example of a break with reality. Reality is what's happening in front of you.
Putting Jose on the stand was a huge gamble for the defense, but with so much physical and circumstantial evidence against him, it was a chance they had to take.
I just want to orient your time, okay?
Okay.
After you had gone to the Shell gas station and the donation pins, you told us you went back to 6.5 Myrtle.
I did.
Okay. Tell the ladies and gentlemen of the jury what you did at 6.5 Myrtle after that.
I went inside the apartment and I locked myself in the bathroom.
Why?
I just couldn't bear to see what was in the hallway.
Okay. What was in the hallway?
Christine.
Okay. And what did you do next?
I smoked the Black and Mild that I had purchased from the gas station in the bathroom.
Okay. And did you use PCP at that time?
No.
Your Honor, bleeding.
Sustained. Okay. You were in the bathroom, okay, and what happened next?
I smoked the. I was scared to leave the bathroom.
Objections not responsive.
Well, I'll overrule it. You can
Tell us in your own. Sorry, I'm sorry.
Sorry, you can go ahead.
You can answer.
So I stood in the bathroom. I smoked the Black and Mild. The Black and Mild had a really bad odor to it. So I lit one of the candles that was in the bathroom and I cracked the skylight window to get the smoke out of there. And I was just there for like 2 hours. I didn't want nobody to see her like that. So I left the bathroom. I gathered myself up. I left the bathroom, went into the hallway, and I grabbed Christine. And before I left the bathroom, the idea was to bring Christine and put her in the tub. I grabbed the curtain. I flipped it over, the pole. I went into the hallway. I gently grabbed Christine and I placed it in the tub.
Okay.
Once I did that, I closed the bathroom door, and now I'm inside the apartment, and I see the blood all over the hallway floor and by the door entrance. And I went and I grabbed the bucket from under the sink with towels, and I filled it up halfway, almost more than halfway, and I started cleaning because when I was walking around, I have left footprints from the blood in the carpet. So I started just cleaning the blood that was on the tiles, and I cleaned it up with the bucket, and I was dumping the water from the bucket into the garbage disposal. Well, I wanted to dress her. So when I first put her in the tub, there was items of clothing that was still under her when I carried her to the tub. So I wanted to dress her.
That doesn't even make sense.
In addition to introducing the iconic alien queen into the xenomorph life cycle, James Cameron's Aliens also saw the classic xenomorph design in a different form. The aliens, which inhabited LV-426, appeared different from the classic H.R. Giger design that was shown in the original 1979 film. Notably the head of the creature. As opposed to the smooth dome, the carapace of the xenomorph XX-121 appeared ridged, more defined, and armored. Is there a specific functional reason that explains this difference, beyond a creative and aesthetic choice on Cameron's part? After all, this ridged carapace is not a feature that came out of nowhere. When we look closer at the design in the 1979 film, and behind-the-scenes footage, we can see that beneath the smooth, partially translucent dome, that the hardened interior of the skull is indeed present. Are these warrior aliens missing an important feature that the Nostromo alien retained? Or is it that they discarded something unnecessary to best suit their overall survival? Most resources would generally agree that the xenomorph warrior is different because it is a further step forward in the alien life cycle. This change in their appearance and purpose occurs under a specific set of circumstances. Specifically, once a queen, a hive, and an appropriate amount of other xenomorph drones have already been established. The Alien RPG from Free League Publishing seems to align with this theory. It defines this version of the xenomorph as the Soldier, naming it the 5th stage in the life cycle after Egg, Facehugger, Chestburster, and Scout. Here's what it has to say. Romantically referred to as a warrior, a soldier xenomorph is the adult form of a drone. As the alien matures, the creature's dome loses its form and melds with the ridged tissues beneath it. The alien's head begins to polarize and harden, forming an armored carapace. Blades will begin to grow from the xenomorph's elbows, and its hands will mutate into 5-fingered claws, dropping the 6th digit. Blue-black in color, soldiers are nimble and attack en masse. The soldier's tail has a barb at the end of it with a toxin that can cause paralysis in most known life forms. Once incapacitated, the soldier will carry its prey back to the hive to be impregnated by a facehugger. The Weyland-Yutani report from Titan Books also makes distinctions of adult xenomorph types, naming different types such as worker, attendant, drone, and soldier. The text notes that it seems likely that each xenomorph cast has adapted to its specific role. In a visual representation of the soldier version, there's a specific description of the dome. Note the slightly smaller headcase of the adult drone seen on LV-426 in 2179. It is postulated that, with the Queen to lead them, the drones needed less intellectual capacity than the single organism aboard the Nostromo. I don't think this would be to say that the soldier version isn't intelligent. We've seen evidence to the contrary. One is able to open up the doors to the dropship, they're able to cut the power of the complex and eventually find their way in. But the idea of a larger group of aliens requiring less individual intelligence because of the Queen is an interesting one, and you may begin to wonder if a single drone version may have been able to navigate the barricades and evade the sentry guns all on its own. But as we see, the greater numbers, along with the Hive and Queen, require the aliens' adaptation of heavier armor, including the ridged carapace. So does this theory of adaptation track with the movies we've seen post-Aliens 1986? It's a little bit difficult to grasp, since out of all the alien-related films released from then until now, only one other featured that ridged warrior design, Aliens vs. Predator Requiem. We'll need to consider why this development didn't occur in other cases when it did in these specific two. A few factors may be involved, including time frame, the number of aliens involved, and even environment. In Aliens, by the time Ripley and the Marines land on LV-426, the alien infestation had already begun approximately 2 weeks prior, and there are approximately 150 aliens inhabiting the colony. A Queen and a Hive is present, and they are all warriors. Note that the chestburster we see, coming from one of the colonists from the Hive, isn't born with a ridged dome. This suggests it would be something that develops later. With Alien 3, it's simple enough. It's one alien, and it's a slightly different alien born from a non-human host at that. While there is technically a Queen, it hasn't been born yet. There would be no reason at this stage for it to develop further, though it would actually be interesting to see an armored warrior version of this particular alien. In Alien Resurrection, there is a Queen, there is a Hive that forms, and there are several aliens, 12 to begin with, but all have the smooth domes. It could be that they didn't have enough time to develop, or it could be that as clone xenomorphs, they're just inherently different. One very important detail to consider is that the life cycle of the alien changed because of the human DNA involved in the cloning, and the Queen developed a reproductive system to give birth to the newborn instead of laying eggs. With Alien vs. Predator, we have the Queen, we have the Hive, but we are dealing with a limited number of aliens. Taking into account the initial hosts from the sacrificial chamber, the further hosts taken afterwards, and the number of aliens killed afterwards, we're really only dealing with no more than 6 living aliens at any given time. Added to that, they don't live all too long, a few hours at most. It seems there just must not have been enough time or number of aliens to warrant any kind of physical change. Alien Covenant is also pretty straightforward. 2 very young aliens, not alive at the same time, and certainly no Queen or Hive. Alien Romulus is a little curious. There is a great number of aliens. They had been present in the Romulus faction of Renaissance Station for at least a day before the young ragtag group of colonists decided to go on their salvage mission. The exact number is unclear, but judging from the amount rain guns down in the zero-gravity sequence, it's larger than the total amount of aliens in Resurrection and in AVP. Some fans have even watched closely enough and determined the amount of aliens killed in that scene racked up to 15. The alien that grabs Rain at the lift and the Scorched xenomorph were not involved in this assault, and we can assume others weren't present either. It all depends on the exact number of hosts that were on Renaissance Station to begin with, which currently is not known. There was a Hive on the station, but no Queen, at least not one that we ever saw. So if there is a certain number or a certain elapsed time required for a warrior's development, none have come close to meeting the same criteria that James Cameron's Aliens did. That is, except for Aliens vs. Predator Requiem. When the Predator ship containing alien organisms crashes to Earth, it is during the daytime. That's when the first hosts are impregnated, and when the facehuggers spread into the sewers. The night passes into day, and the following night is when the conclusion takes place. So already this is a time span of about 36 hours or more. The setting is a small town in Colorado, Gunnison, a real town with a population of approximately 6,500. Not that the aliens got to them all, but they were certainly very busy. Hives were already being set up in the sewers, and then later in the hospital. There is no Queen, but there is the Pred alien, propagating the species in lieu of one. It has the special ability of impregnated women who are already pregnant with human babies, resulting in several alien bursters at one time. We see
What
2
the fuck?
instances of this impregnation method, the implication that it infected an entire maternity ward, and any number of possibilities taking place off-screen. So very easily, there already could have been hundreds of aliens in the town before it was nuked at the end. Over a day of infestation, Hive established a significant number of aliens, technically a queen. Aliens vs. Predator Requiem seems to meet the criteria for an adult drone xenomorph developing into a warrior. While we can make decent enough in-universe justifications for these changes, there is always a real-world reasoning why the original Giger design was altered for the sequel. J.W. Rinsler's book, The Making of Aliens, a beautifully detailed account of the production, actually pinpoints the exact time when the decision was made to make these changes from The Making of Aliens. In late July 1985, production issued a revised special photographic effects shots list, which totaled 85. Most of the on-set special effects shots would involve the alien warriors. Work on their 6 hero costumes continued at Pinewood, with Cameron and Winston making sure the suits were simpler and more flexible. The alien head in the first film, the translucent cowl covering the whole top of the head, was very smooth and looked like a porpoise back, Cameron said. Underneath was a skull shape and a rib design. We planned to do the same thing with ours, so Stan had Tom Woodruff sculpt up a big ribbed bone-like understructure that would be slightly visible through the cowl. When it was finished, they gave it a real nice paint job, and I thought it was more interesting. So we ditched the cowl and decided that this was just another generation of aliens slightly mutated. Jim requested we didn't put a dome on the head of the alien, Tom Woodruff said. He didn't want a nice, big, smooth surface that wouldn't really work with the harsh lighting he was choosing. He wanted to be able to see the shapes of the head underneath it as it moved between light and shadow. Additionally, in the documentary Superior Firepower, The Making of Aliens, Alec Gillis notes of the dome, Jim wanted to remove it. He was afraid of it cracking or having to be replaced. We'd have to cut and switch the dome. As for Aliens vs. Predator Requiem, well, maybe the directors just preferred that design. Thought it looked cooler and didn't do too much deep thinking about the implications. But here we are. Still, it is interesting that out of all the Alien movies, only 2 have come with this design. That obviously doesn't include the many comics and video games that have continued on with that tradition, but all other reasoning failing, it seems most of the creatives seem to prefer that smooth design for the films. Do you have a preference? The smooth dome design of the drone, or the ridged armored warrior dome? Comment below.
Smooth one, personally. Time is at 2:19.
A hero will rise. He will rise directly up Interstate 95 about 4 hours. He will leave our nation's putative capital and set up camp in the actual one, New York City. The New York Yankees will be great again, and at that point, baseball will be back on page 1, folks.
Coming off the 2017 season, the Yankees were feeling themselves, boasting a young core led by the should-have-been MVP, Aaron Judge. Exiting the 2017 ALCS to an absolutely gut-wrenching 7-game series to the Houston Astros, the Yankees were looking for the missing piece to propel them to the next level that would warrant their first World Series visit since 2009. Now mind you, this was the first time there was meaningful time spent in the playoffs for the Yankees in the 2010s since Mr. November, so the fan base was fired up, and understandably so. Now, enter Giancarlo Stanton. In that same year, 2017, the Marlins phenom was destroying the rest of the NL. Ending that season earning his only MVP, and you can see why, leading the league in these stats and more. An 8.1 B-WAR, which was the highest in Major League Baseball, 59 homers, 132 RBIs, a 169 OPS plus, and a 631 slug. The Yankees GM Brian Cashman saw what this team could do with the potential addition of G, and knew he had to get a deal done. Interestingly, and somewhat controversially, the Yankees pulled the trade off. Controversial in the fact many people saw the trade as lopsided in nature, as the Yankees gave up what looked like very little for what they were getting. People were inclined to call out the integrity of the Marlins franchise for making this trade, which seemed to be entirely for salary dumping purposes. Regardless of your opinion that the whole salary dump idea is okay or not, after this trade, the Yankees were starting to look like a juggernaut in the American League. Expectations for G were high, and those high expectations were justified. So high that he was welcomed with a friendly Bronx cheer in his very first game at Yankee Stadium.
Swing and a miss, and Stanton, for the first time in his career, strikes out 5 times in a game. And how about this crowd? That's a little harsh.
Giancarlo couldn't have handled the boos any better, fully owning it in the postgame. Giancarlo's been able to handle the harsh New York media
Looks so young,
well
man.
throughout his
Damn.
tenure in the Bronx, and they were harsh right away, considering G started his Yankees tenure 7 for his first 42. There's a reason why Mets beat reporter Mike Puma took to Twitter in April of Stanton's first Yankee season to say, "Amazing how fast Giancarlo Stanton went from killing the Mets to killing the Yankees." But he rebounded. That, along with his ability to significantly elevate his game in the postseason, has earned him respect from the majority of Yankee fans. Even some of the old WFAN callers who still want the Yankees to bring back the bald phenom Brett Gardner. Elevate his game might have been an understatement, as G's got a career .994 OPS and 18 homers in 41 games in the postseason with the Yankees. That,
That's
by the
crazy.
way, is a 71 homer pace over 162 games. Now, Yankee fans will always tell you that what you do in October is all that matters to them. But with this contract,
True.
the Yankees were taking on nearly $300 million in payroll over the next 10 years. That's a star's contract. We're now over 7 years into this contract. Did he live up to that? I don't think he has. Well, in some ways he has, but in some ways he hasn't. My name is Gabriel, and I've been the editing intern for Stark Raving Sports for a minute now. Mike's given me the opportunity to make my own video essay, so I hope you enjoy. His most recent postseason heroics met those higher standards, and if the Yankees had been able to get their ring at the conclusion of 2024, I would definitely have more confidence in calling the trade a success. But without a ring thus far, and these first 7+ years as a Yankee, accumulating just 9.1 WAR, exactly 1 WAR more than his singular MVP season in 2017, it's just not gonna cut it. Injuries have been a massive part of Stanton's lack of production in the regular season as a Yankee. I'm not going to go through each injury one by one because I want this video to have an ending, but I'll put them up on the screen here. All of these injuries have led to Stanton's athleticism completely falling off a cliff. I mean, look at this, man. This is a guy who was 71st percentile of sprint speed when the Yankees traded for him in 2018. Like, look how athletic this version of Giancarlo Stanton was, pre-injuries. Look, if you somehow couldn't tell by now, I am a Yankee fan, and I love G. Through every high and low, he's been my guy. I want that to be very clear before we get to the main point of this video. That point begins with a supposed childhood Yankee fan who also happened to be a generational talent, becoming a free agent in 2018. Bryce Aaron Max Harper is the point of this video. Bryce is one of this generation's most talented players and was arguably the most hyped prospect the game has ever seen.
Oh my gosh, chat, that was sick.
He was on the cover of Sports Illustrated at 16. He may have the most positive perfect game review in their entire history. He's now an 8-time All-Star and a 2-time MVP, along with being one of the main faces of the game for over a decade now. He's a star in every definition of the word. If you didn't know, Harper was really pushing to be a Yankee during his free agency, and much longer before that.
So Yankee, right? I grew up a Yankee fan my whole life. Everybody knew that.
He was a childhood ride-or-die Yankee fan, and that never wavered as he got older, as you can see by these quotes. Harper's dad, Ron, grew up a Yankees fan, and Bryce wore number 34 to honor Mickey Mantle. Now this is a quote from after that offseason. I know the kind of outfield they have. The way they went out and got Giancarlo Stanton in that trade, Harper said. So it was kind of up in the air. I never heard from them. But everybody knew growing up I was a huge Yankees fan, of course. But I'm happy where I'm at and very excited to start my chapter with the Phillies. That all reads as a baseball-obsessed kid becoming the face of a sport he has loved for his whole life. But what about the end of that quote? I never heard from them? I'm sorry, what? Harper has no reason to make this up and make the Yankees look bad. It is widely known that he loves where he is now in Philly, and the fans love him back just as much. So with no reason to say anything malicious, we have to assume that this is the truth. To never have even met with this young MVP winner, you'd imagine that the Yankees GM Brian Cashman would have to have some pretty good reasons to stay away, right? Cashman and the Yankees owner Hal Steinbrenner were just not willing to spend the money required to lock up Harper. They had already acquired their guy in the outfield, which was G, and they were satisfied with that contract. However, this sentiment seems to have bugged many fans, as there is this Yankees expectation that the team always dominates the free agent market, also known as Mission Acquire Bryce Harper. A lot of people outside New York almost saw this as a foregone conclusion. The Yankees tended to snatch up the generational free agent more often than they didn't, and Harper was expected to be the biggest one in history to that point.
That was sick. Wow.
They didn't even make Bryce an offer. And to this day, every single time Bryce does something special, without fail, Yankee fans from all over the world crawl out of the woods and start cursing the day Cashman ever became GM. I mean, it couldn't have been any more perfect. One of the most hyped prospects of this generation, who grew up with dreams of being a Yankee, is now one of the faces of the sport and is a free agent. As a team who's ready to win a world championship with star power all over the field, surely they'd be willing to at least check in on Harper's asking price. Sure,
if they signed Bryce Harper, they would have won a championship already.
Well, they didn't. The reason to why they didn't? Cashman knew just saying money would cause riots in the street of New York City. So what was the reason he came up with to cover it up? The Harper stuff? I'm surprised you're still asking. Brian Cashman indicated that Bryce Harper wasn't a fit for the Yankees. Cashman had said the team already has 6 outfielders, and that playing Harper at first base just isn't realistic. Yeah, that didn't age well. So it was an outfield problem. I am now going to do a quick segment I like to call Building the Dream Team. Jacoby Ellsbury, aka Ghost of the Yankees, had 2 stellar seasons with Boston in 2011 and 2013, during one of which accumulated 8.3 B-WAR. After the second of those great seasons, the Yankees hooked him up to a massive $153 million 7-year contract. He vanished 4 years into his contract. When I say vanished, I mean he vanished. No one knows where he is or where he went. From 2018 and on, Ellsbury put up a 0.0 WAR. Aaron Hicks is a tricky case, mainly because I don't know. The Yankees extended him the same offseason where Harper became a free agent? Thank God Hicks wasn't affected by clutter in the outfield, as Cashman made sure to extend him that same offseason as he spat on the idea of Harper. After an absolutely stellar 3 WAR spanning 4 years after 2018, the Yankees bought him out of his contract and let him go. Clint Frazier will always be a fascinating what if for the Yankees. There were many issues with the overarching excuses that generally pointed to Frazier's lack of focus on the ball, but when the stadium and bleachers cleared out during the 2020 season, he was strangely able to unlock that full potential that the Yankees envisioned. Outside of his otherworldly skills that season in 2020, baseball fans saw him wallow in his own struggles, as well as make a bunch of off-the-field comments, especially when he had to return to the minor leagues. He accumulated just 0.2 total WAR on the Yankees after 2018, with 900% of it being in 2020. Yes, 900% of his WAR in that time frame. That is a real stat. Brett Gardner holds an extremely special place in my and many Yankee fans' heart. I'll just leave it at Gardner had an extremely successful Yankee tenure and did far and away the best out of these 4 in the group, with a 5.9 WAR in the same time period after 2018. These are the 4 outfielders that resulted in Cashman being surprised you're still asking. This dream team accumulated a grand total of 9.1 WAR, most of that coming from the veteran Brett Gardner. Harper from 2019 to 2024 accumulated 24.2 WAR, and if I say 1 WAR is equal to $8 million, that is 6 seasons worth of almost $200 million. In those seasons, the Phillies have paid Harper roughly $150 million. Now, let's take a look at the second half of that quote. Playing Harper at first base isn't realistic. Why is Bryce playing first not realistic? Did you talk to him? Actually, we know now for a fact that you didn't. Maybe he would have been comfortable playing there, and he clearly is now, so that quote actually could not have aged worse. I think the most ironic part is that since Gardner left in 2021, there has been a mess of various outfielders trying to fill the void in left field. 4 of the 6 outfielders from that legendary dream team didn't have any effect on the Yankees 3 years later. And just to make this crystal clear, you need 3 players to make up a complete outfield. Just glad to clear that up. Clearly, the problems Cashman stated weren't real. It's not hard to read between the lines and realize the Yankees were just afraid to commit to another large contract. But looking back on the man who vanished, their fears were kind of justified. But truly, it reads as, we got Stanton, we are set as a team, and we don't need to spend any more money. And maybe they were right. I'm not mad at Stanton, why should I be? Nor am I mad at his contract. From a general baseball view, when you have a team with the motto of winning at all costs, I find it interesting how the ideals of the Yankees weren't carried on here. That alone is something worth commenting on, regardless of your favorite team. Now that Cashman has implied that getting Stanton is all they need to win a championship, we can understand how this implication has aged so far. Spoiler, the Yankees have in fact not had enough to win a championship.
Cortez delivers.
We have already done an uncomfortable brief overview on 4 of the 6 outfielders that Cashman felt were adequate enough to not need Harper. So what about the other 2? The first is Aaron Judge. I truly don't think any explanation is needed there. Cashman was onto something with this one. The second is, surprise surprise, Giancarlo Stanton. Now to recap, Stanton has accumulated 9.1 WAR with the Yankees in 7 years, so he's been worth roughly $72.3 million. Harper with the Phillies has been worth just under $200 million. This already should paint a picture in your mind, but if you want more grounded stats, here they are. And this is looking past the fact that Stanton was supposed to be playing defense full time, but instead moved into a DH role. Since 2021, Stanton has played a grand total of 97 games in the outfield, so therefore, another one of those dream team 6 outfielders is no longer touching the Yankee outfield grass. If you have or haven't been keeping count, that leaves essentially just one of those 6 outfielders still in the outfield since the conclusion of 2021. I truly don't see a world in which Harper would not be a helpful acquisition. However, this is a positive channel, so let's look at some of the positives from G's Yankee tenure.
Stanton, a high fly ball, deep into left field, up into the bleachers.
Like I mentioned before, the saving grace for Stanton for many Yankee fans have been his playoff contributions. Though, I will add, Harper's postseason numbers with Philly are also pretty incredible and arguably more impressive than Stanton's. But anyway, the common sentiment to give this any skill value for most Yankee fans is that what Stanton does during the regular season simply does not matter anymore. This to me fits the classic Yankee culture. It doesn't matter what it takes, as long as you get that ring. However, the Yankees still needed a player like Harper desperately, especially during the early 2020s, when they struggled to find consistent left-handed hitting to take advantage of the infamous short porch. G is that guy. Come not only playoff time, but also in big moments. He absolutely dominates the Red Sox, which any Yankee fan can appreciate.
High fly ball, he hits this one a mile. Oh my.
Truthfully, Stanton is the whole reason the Yankees even made it to the World Series last year. And if they would have won the World Series, I think this video may very well just have been a moot point. Another thing to think about is that if they did splurge that offseason and go all in on Harper, they certainly would not have been ready to spend any more money on Garrett Cole in the offseason a year later.
Yeah, so, you know.
And even with Cole needing Tommy John surgery and missing all of 2025, he has still very much lived up to the hype. and will go down as one of the greatest starting pitchers to ever wear pinstripes. You can never complain about signing a pitcher who's won you a Cy Young. You can play the what-if game for pretty much every facet of baseball. If a manager brings in a reliever in a big spot and he gets to strike out
So I'd
to
rather
escape
have
the
Harper.
jam, the manager's a genius. He gives up a walk-off home run, and he's the biggest idiot to ever walk the face of the earth. You can do the same thing for signings and trades that a general manager makes. What if the Yankees waited for Bryce Harper instead of signing Giancarlo Stanton? Or what if they traded for Stanton and signed Harper? Does that mean they never would have signed Garrett Cole? It most likely does. Do the Yankees make it to the World Series in 2019 if they sign Harper? We'll never know the answer to that question. But what we do know is that Bryce Harper has been an absolute stud in Philly and will go down as a legend there. And for Giancarlo, even after everything I've talked about in this video, there is still time for him to right the ship and help bring a World Series back to the Bronx and cement himself as a hero in Yankees history.
This was my first time ever making a video like
It's a good video. Time is at 2:37. Let's go open up these 20 thingamajiggies. Damn. Alright. We gotta get some seeds.
Monstrosity. Monstrosity. How bad could it be? It's called monstrosity. Oh. I don't know, it seems kind of bad. Yeah, seeing those doors. Not looking too good, is it? Yoshi. Can you go over the top? You can, right? You can. Oh, but there's no way you can save him. It's impossible. Impossibile. I'm sorry, Yoshi.
This isn't.
But there's nothing that can be done. One-ups aren't really gonna do anything. Bop, bop. Ugh. Wow. Thanks to the thanks to the piece. No. Ah. It sucks. It really sucks. Triple jump. Yoshi. Poor Yoshi. Poor Yoshi. Dude, come on. Dude. No.
I've only ever watched this guy, bud.
Giant balls. Are you kidding me? Whoa! How do you want me to do this?
I've only ever watched this guy. So, yeah.
I don't understand what's happening. Could you get that Yoshi? What if you did this? Can you... Oh, no. No. No! Damn it! Where does this door go?
He's great. Yeah, I mean, there's lots of good people at Mario.
Great. Is it possible?
Yeah, I know this is Ryu, but I've never watched anyone other than Ryu.
My God. Don't know if it's cheese or if it's mandatory. It's probably mandatory. This part was like impossible. Okay. Now we can kill him, right? Yeah, kill him. Kill this freaking guy. Get out of here. Freaking ass. Die. So slow. How many times? Oh my God, how many? Finally. Alright, he'll go. Oh, he didn't move. Oh, I can't get up here. Oh, I got him. Yeah, I got that little bugger. I'm gonna try to go. Oh, the fireballs. Crap. This is ridiculous. You gotta be kidding me with this.
That's crazy.
Are you crazy? Ah! I'm still gonna die.
That's actually crazy.
He's blocking my shots with his giant balls.
Some people are just straight
So
nerds at
annoying.
that shit, you know?
God damn. Okay, he's finally dead.
I couldn't do it.
Okay. Okay, hold on. Dude, are you serious? Oh my God, are you serious? I cannot even dream of getting through here. Okay, come on. Come on. No. Well, he wasn't kidding. It is a monstrosity. I can't get up here. Dude, the Yoshi must have been mandatory. There's no freaking way. You can't get up here. It's impossible. The enemy spam. Bull crap. Ooh. Come on. No.
Gain more lives while playing. Yeah. Okay. I see what you're saying.
I can't do it. I can't kill this guy again. It's too much. Can I just make it through here somehow? No. No. Oh no! How did I survive? How did I survive? I cannot get up here, dude. It was a miracle that I did it the one time. Truly was a miracle. There's too much. Including the random fire bar that comes down. Fire bar's gone, and there's a bullet. Fire bar's going. Come on, come on, come on. And I didn't mean to dismount. This is the worst thing I've ever seen in my life. No! Can't do it, dude.
It took 7 years for him to beat.
It's too much. I'm just gonna
That's
try
crazy.
to go. Don't make
The
me kill
fuck?
that guy. It's too much work. It's too much. Get the ball bounce. Use it to your advantage, dude. Use it to your advantage. Jump on the balls. Get hit by the bullet. Okay, very good. Just get. You can't do it. You just can't do it. You can't. There's balls and bullets and. You can't do it. You cannot do it. Oh my god, this is the worst. I got nope. I got lucky. Don't squander it. Yes. What do I do? What do I do? Where do I go? Where do I go? Oh, over there. Over there. Yes. Oh man. Okay. Wow. So the Yoshi was mandatory? What the hell was that, dude? Oh my god. This freaking level. I swear to God. No! I just got roasted by a random fireball. I lost my Yoshi, and now I'm probably screwed. So the Yoshi was 100% mandatory, and yes, I am now completely screwed because of that fireball. Wow. Okay, discarding the fact that you need a miracle to make it through that one part. I mean, isn't that bad enough? The level keeps going. The Yoshi was mandatory. Who knows how much worse it gets? What a freak. Look, a miracle. No, get the Yoshi. Okay, chill. Take the damage, it's fine. Take the damage. Get the Yoshi. Boom. Dude, I cannot believe I made that. That's crazy. Wow, 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 wow. Wow, 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 wow. Ow, wow, 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 wow. Wow, 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 wow. Okay, can we not hit a random fireball, please? Thank you. Thank you very much. Thank you very much. So, do I need that Koopa? Okay, if he runs away, I might be able to save him, right? Maybe. Maybe not, though. Yeah, got him, okay. Yes! Yes, yes. No, the sun? Wait, I can kill him with the Koopa shell, right? Yeah, you can kill him. I'm gonna try to kill him. I'm gonna try to kill him. Yes, dude. Yes, yes, yes. Maybe that's what he was for, the Koopa. Lemmy's back. No, it's like a weird section with balls and riding a platform. technically I might be able to kill that guy, but I'm just gonna go. Just gonna go. All right, here we go. Go. Wait a minute. If you get hit, Yoshi runs around. Just keep jumping on Yoshi, right?
Invincibility frames.
It's over. It's over. It's just over. What? It was the most unreal enemy spam, projectile spam. There were Magic Koopas. There were balls knocking me around. There were bombs. If there's like a miracle that can happen if you get really lucky, but I did not get really lucky that time. If you jump right away, it like lines up.
That's just pure torture indeed.
It's still really easy to get hit and lose Yoshi. There is no cheese, no nothing, just pain and suffering and bull crap. It's really astounding. If you don't get the first cycle, it's just over, dude. Like, it's over. There's nothing left but misery. I can't do it. I can't do it. I can't get up. I'm stuck. I'm stuck. There's too many projectiles. There's too many freaking projectiles. Fire bar? Is the fire bar enough, bro? Like, I already can't get through. Is the fire bar enough? Ooh. Wow. Okay, you can take that guy out if you soak the damage, which is pretty nice. Take that guy out, and then maybe if you're really, really lucky, you can get up there. And I'm dead. Ooh. Wow. Can you swim underneath the blocks? I think you can, right? So if I fell, could I swim back and go and try again? But then if you lose Yoshi, I think you're screwed, right? Yeah. As annoying as this will be, I think it might be worth it. This he freaking blocks all my shots. God, did I get him? Has he spun yet? Oh, fall off, fall. Damn it, it didn't work. I could kill him. It's probably worth it, right? It's so annoying, but it's probably worth it to kill him. I got him, he's dead. I killed him, he's dead. All right.
It's like you need him.
I hope it helps. All right, one guy down, no balls to deal with. What? No! Dude, you cannot be serious. After all that, I jumped. It was so annoying killing that guy. It was so annoying. It took like 2 full minutes. So you go right away, you flutter, boom, wait for the bullets, then you jump up here to the right, and that way you can dodge the dry bones, and boom, 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 we got an easy every time strat. Hell yeah, man. I'm not gonna do it. It's too much work. I'll find out if it's worth it. All right, let's just go. I don't think it's worth it to kill him. I don't think so. Ah! No! I legitimately hit my trigger on my desk. Picking up my controller, it brushed up on my desk. Nobody's gonna believe me, but why would I jump off Yoshi for no reason? No! What? My every time strat is now a 1 out of 4? That bullet, what that bullet is, like, what was that? It was like, I got point blank shot in the freaking face. I'm sure I got this. You guys, yeah, I'm sure I got this. I can't do it because of the fire bar, dude. I would have made it. The fucking fire bar. What do you want from me, man? Dude, the fire bar good. What? Bounce, bounce, bounce. Oh, great fire bar, please bless us with holy passage. Bless us, oh great fire bar. It was even worse that time. It was even more in my face that time. It seems like I need to wait or something. Like I need to... I can see the fire bar from here, right? I'm just gonna... I saw it. Okay, now I'm gonna go. Dude! I was able to see the fire bar and then go, which worked, but then I got shot in the face anyways. So I guess it didn't matter much, did it? Oh God, please have mercy and let me cross, please, pretty please, 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 don't hit me, please. Oh, thank you, thank you. Oh my goodness. Oh, I hate this level. Oh, it's the worst. Oh, it's absolutely the worst. Okay, after spending like 15 minutes not being able to get my trick to work, we are back in the subworld for another attempt at this crap. Ooh, slid right in there, baby. That's what I'm talking about. Oh yeah, that's the good stuff. All right, come here, son. Hurry up. Hurry. I had to throw it early. He was waking up. Now I have to deal with the sun too. Everything sucks. Whatever. I'm going. I'm going. Let's go. I almost died right away. Hell yeah, dude. I hate this so much. This is so awful. I'm alive. That bouncing ball is still bouncing. There's an end in sight. Oh, I tried to eat him, but I forgot I'm a fire Yoshi. Dude, I made it. I'm freaking out. Please, can I beat this level? Please, 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 please. God, I wish the sun was dead, but he's not. What is that ball? There's bloopers coming, man. Ooh. Oh, man, I wish I would have killed that sun. Now I gotta deal with him for the rest of the freaking stage. Oh, my God. Blooper, get him out of here. All right, get ready to go. Or wait, I should go after he crosses, right? Yeah, get ready to go. Right now. Are you kidding? What is happening? Okay. Bullets? Oh. Sweet Lord. Oh, that's not bad. That's not bad. Icicles. Okay, what are we doing here? I see a pipe. What are we doing here? Jump on that. If I get hit, I don't lose Yoshi, so... It's not so bad. Yeah, it's not so bad. Yeah, it's fine. Oh, could it be over? Could it be over? Please. There it is. No.
Grabbing the wrong shit, mate.
Yes. It's over. It's over. We did it. We did it. Oh, yes.
He sounded like Mario there.
Man, that was such an awful stage. That beginning part, even with my trick, it was like I had issues with the fire bar not lining up sometimes. And then that second part was horrible. Oh, such a monstrosity. Why would you do this, man?
Finally.
Why would you do this? So bad. So bad. All right, a nice easy level to wind down with. Yo, can I get one of those helm? Yeah, dude, yeah. Oh, I lost it already. Nice, easy level to wind down with right here. Oh, yeah. Oh, yes. No, 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 Mr. Red Bullet. Oh, no, 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 no. No need for that. That won't be necessary. Thank you very much.
Thank you.
Okay. Well, we're doing pretty good here. We're moving along. You know, I think he's gonna give me a star, but I have a power-up. That could be a problem. Maybe lose it? No! You douche! That is...
Oh.
That is so messed up. That is so disgusting. It's so disgusting. It's so disgusting. Come on, man. Wait, why are there so many ghosts this time? Last time there was only like one. Dude, get out of here. Oh my god. Get out. Dude, I am... Those ghosts? For real? Get them out of here. Get them out of here. Get out of here. Also, do I need that red coin in the star section? No, it knocked me up. Dude, come on. I thought this was going to be a nice wind down level. It sucks. Sucks. Big butts. Alright. What about that red coin? What's up with that? Oh, ghost. What's up with that red coin? I don't know about that red coin, but I hope I don't need it. Can I jump over the top? Oh, too high.
16 essence.
Too high, dude. Too high, too high. Swag jump. Swag jump. Oh, what'd I tell you guys? Swag jump. Swag jump. So swaggy. Keeping that power up, dudes. Are you kidding me? That's crazy talk. Oh no. Well, I already missed one coin, so I ain't going for that one. Probably a trap anyways. You know what? Mario 2 got me feeling good. I was feeling pretty bad playing that last one. You know, this one wasn't looking so hot. I see the goal, though. Dude, no way. Is that it? Oh, the coins weren't needed. Thank you. See, nice and easy wind down stage. All I can say is good luck. Sounds awful. Easy River of the Woods with a little smiley face. 2 smiley faces, one in the title, one in the description. Well, that is the trademark of a psycho. It's like, oh, easy level, little smiley face. Oh, what am I gonna put in the description? Oh, an even creepier smiley face. What is this? See, I told you. I told you it was a creepy serial killer smiley face. Dude, I mashed like the Dickens. Even with a turbo, I lost? Whoa, even with the turbo, I lost. You notice how he jumped out of the water once in the beginning? That was kind of weird, right? I thought I saw that. Dude, even with the turbo, I lost, which means there's some sort of like other variable at play here because I got a turbo controller and I'm still getting... Oh, I didn't die that time. Oh, now I'm dead for sure. Oh, I didn't... I won! I mean, I didn't use a turbo controller. I mean, the likelihood that he did not use a turbo controller is basically 0. So, I'm an evil level creator. Awesome. I mean...
Alright, gentlemen, I'm going to bed. Appreciate y'all for chilling. Hope y'all have a good night. Catch y'all later.